What's up, guys? It is Will here, back again for another episode of Lights, Camera, Collect. No, Mr. Kiko collects. He's out at a wedding this fine Friday evening, May 5th of the 2023 year. Guys, 5:12 p.m. We're starting approximately 2 minutes late, so bear with us here. And of course, Nick's not even here because I think Riley, he's riding a pizza scooter back home from work.
I heard about that. Yeah, he's almost here. He's driving with the pizza. So yeah,
right, he's bringing the pizza to the show. So for all the people who watch, you get a free pizza from Nick. You heard it here first, so it'll be delivered on your doorstep. But guys, thank you so much for joining this fine episode. Like I said, no Kiko tonight, but we have Mr. Rileyreviews and Mr. Nick_collectibles. Going to be great, Mr. 16 Wrestling. Riley, loving the hair, bro. How you doing this fine Friday afternoon for you, by the way?
Yeah, it is. And yeah, I got the best compliment ever. He said I'm Andrew Garfield, given that persona. So there we go. That's the best thing I've ever heard. So thank you, Will. I'm excited about this show today. We got a lot of Star Wars stuff to talk about, a lot of nice little topics to bring up. I'm excited, man. I just saw Guardians yesterday, and that was an amazing movie. So I definitely recommend people watching that. It was really dope. But yeah, it was. I'm excited, man. Let's do it.
Dude, Riley, no spoilers, honestly. Guardians 3, no cap, as the kids say, was great, bro. It was great. I give it a 9 out of 10, Riley. What do you give it?
I think, yeah, like I'm at like an 8.5 to a 9. Like I just really enjoyed it. It's a really good film. Yeah.
Dude, Marvel needed a dub right now. They've been taking L's. And right now they needed a dub and they got one. This is exactly what they needed.
Just like they just hit, man, the emotions. That the whole trilogy, it just like ended the saga just great. Perfect way to end it. It was great.
Absolutely, bro. No printer. No printers. No all facts.
It was a bop.
It was a bop, bro. On God.
Oh my God.
Yeah, bro. See, guys, tell me if this is what people actually say, because apparently this is what the young people say nowadays, and Riley can verify this.
No printer. I don't.
Dude, I swear no printer is a thing, bro. No printer is totally a thing.
Never seen that.
So yeah, but anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining. We're going to talk about a lot of fun stuff tonight. Nick will be here soon. Like I said, he's running late on his pizza scooter, so he will be here. That said, guys, let's address the chat real quick before we get into our first topic of this fine Friday evening. Good for health. Hey, yo, what is up, bro? Too coffee. The most exciting thing for May the 4th was Mars Toys Wonka. Hey. We're going to talk about May the 4th. It's going to be talked about. Connor said, let's go. My favorite Friday night show. Thank you so much for joining us, Connor. Always appreciate you, bro. King Killa, what's up, everyone? Did you guys buy or pre-order any figures? Oh, that's a really good question, actually. Ooh. One arrived today.
There we go. Can't wait to see
It's called Unbreakable, from also known as Invincible. So, yeah. So, guys, I will be unboxing and reviewing that figure soon. I don't know if I'll be doing it tonight, but really excited about that one. And, I did pick up Wenwu in Suit and Carnage, which will be here hopefully next week sometime. Riley, did you pick up anything recently?
Dude, recent right now, not really, honestly. It's been kind of slow lately. I'm waiting to see some discounts and more deals, but hey, like we talked about with we're gonna get into it. These wait lists might not be a thing in the future. We'll see.
We'll see, bro. I love that bat pod behind you, by the way.
Hey,
that's pretty good.
Yeah, you like that?
I might get one eventually. So anyway, Sam Logan, happy Friday, fellow collectors. Hope everyone is well. Hope everyone is well on your side too, Sam. Thank you so much. King Gilla said, pre-order any figures, so we got to that one. Mungali, I think they got that right. I was hyped when I saw the reveals. I was bummed out when I saw they were the only reveals. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. I was expecting a lot more. Sergeant Sal Collect said, I just love how Hot Toys chose the most loved clone in all the Republic for May the 4th. Hey, there you go. Collector Joey on his commute home. Good to see you, Joey. Hopefully you're having a good one, bro. I love Joey. Guys, check out his channel. Amazing content over there. Connor, no Kiko. I know it's a sad day.
Kiko.
He'll be back next week. Next week. Oh, you almost said yes. Good. Yes, good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Christian, let's see. Formerly Xander. Oh, Xander. Well, it's good to see you.
What up?
Hello there. He just messaged me, actually. We were talking about Guardians. Anthony Cafaretta, Anthony Javier. Guys, insurance. Best rates out there.
Bro, he's selling the Avengers Campus Spider-Man. I'm so mad.
Is he?
Yes. What are the churro Spidey? Come on.
What a trader. That's crazy.
Like, for real. It's ridiculous.
Selling that churro, bro. Commander Foxification has arrived. Thank you so much, Mark. I wish I had the title of Commander. They should make a clone trooper after me. That would be really nice.
That'd be cool.
Riley no longer looks like Rachel Maddow.
Who's Rachel Maddow?
She's a fucking MSNBC, isn't she?
Did I look like that?
She's like look her up, Riley. Look her up.
Oh my God.
That's a pretty funny comment, though. What? Daddy Carlos here. Thank you so much, Daddy Carlos, for the super chat. Riley, is this your new hairstyle? Riley, people want to know.
Yes, this is staying forever, I guess. Do you guys like it? Let me know. Let me hear your thoughts. And wow, I'm seeing Rachel Maddow. I can kind of see it. Oh my God. That was
Alabama White. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That was good.
Good afternoon, Will, Renz Tantino, and Andrew. Riley hit that like button. Yeah, see, Riley is Andrew, bro. What's up, Will and Riley? Free Will only got 2 announced from May the 4th. Absolutely. Chris Santos is here. Guardians top 5 Marvel movie. Oh, that's a little bold, but I do like the spice there. I do like the spice. Ashley's, what's up, Plastic Crackheads? Good to see you. Okay, let's see here. We had a bunch of comments. So, guys, in the sake of time, I probably won't be able to get to all the comments, but please keep them coming. Like I said, I will highlight any ones that I see on the way as we go. That said, I want to address really the first topic, the elephant in the room, if you will. So, we had, and let me get rid of this other comment real quick because Melon just doesn't want to cooperate when I want to put a banner up and not a text logo. That said, May the 4th, underwhelming. So, Riley, what do you think about this? I want to share the screen here. This was obviously the highlight, right? That I would say of the day, you know, considering, you know, we were expecting a lot of different things and we really got, I guess you could say, probably one thing that is like super, super coveted, right? And it's actually this Sidious right here, right? So, this Darth Sidious from the Clone Wars, which we will talk about specifically, was probably the highlight of the show of the May the 4th that most people were expecting a little bit more. Riley, I was going a little bit bolder. I told Carlos and I think some others, I was very much expecting that if there was any time they were going to put up the pre-order for Dark Side Anakin 2.0 with a light side head sculpt that is DX, that is labeled Kenobi, this was the time. Right. The only other time I can think of is the upcoming anniversary of Revenge of the Sith, which would be, I think, in 2 years. So that's a long time, right?
It's a long
Riley,
time.
what do you think? Was May the 4th underwhelming? What did we expect overall? And actually, before you answer, we have another guest here.
Here he is.
The Mr. 1-6 Wrestling himself. What is going on, Nick?
There he is.
General manager, the Joe manager himself of 1-6 Wrestling. How's it going, folks? Nice to see you all here.
Niche Collectibles.
Let's go, Niche.
So.
Let's do it.
Nick. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you
Niche
never know.
Is the evil one.
Well, because Niche jumped into the show and pretended to be you, from what I remember. So I don't really know who I'm talking to.
He has the crazy face.
So
no, Niche has the crazy face.
Well, you have that though. You look like that. So
no, I can't do a crazy face. No, I can't. That's all him.
Okay. That's what they say. All right. Well, anyway, Niche / Nick. So good to see you, bro. And Riley, to answer this question, then we'll have Nick jump in. What do you think? Was May the 4th underwhelming? Did you expect more? What do you think overall?
Okay, so yeah, first off, I'd say that with these 2 announcements, they're really just amazing. They're really amazing releases for sure. That's the first thing I want to say. I think the main reason why we find this one a little underwhelming is just because of what we've seen in the past. I mean, last year, obviously, that was a huge year for Hot Toys. But people make a great point. Last year, we got a lot of no head sculpt characters. Like we got a droids, C-3PO, R2, but not like a iconic head sculpt character. So maybe has to do with it. But this year we got Palpatine. You get the likeness to the man himself. So I think that was pretty cool. But I'd say for people, it kind of depends. For people who didn't, I know there's a lot of people out there who didn't really expect a lot. Like they were going into May 4th saying like, you know, Hot Toys didn't do any teasers. I'm getting a little worried. I think that it might just be like kind of a slow year this time. And for people who thought that, they were pretty much right. They got it right on the money. And we got Attack of the Clones stuff. The only thing I'd say that's underwhelming in my eyes, because I love the releases they did, but I feel like they didn't do enough personally. I think 2 announcements wasn't really enough to get that like, oh my God, like this is really exciting. Like this is really hype. When it was last year and they did 5 and they were doing like 1 every 20 minutes, people were going wild. Like it was going crazy with everyone's streams. Like there was so much stuff more to talk about, but particularly this year, I feel like it's more just like, okay, we can talk about Palpatine, we can talk about Fox, and then we'll move on. Like it seems like just an ordinary week for Hot Toys when it comes to Star Wars. Like this could have happened anytime. That said, Palpatine was really cool. I'm a huge Clone Wars fan, obviously. I mean, I got the Clone Wars 20th anniversary jacket on. You already know it. So I was super happy about these. Clone Wars is a big thing for me. And Palpatine, I think I'm definitely going to pick that up because that and the Clone Wars shelf is going to look really badass. And like I said, Howard Chan is really loving the Clone Wars line, like I've talked about. It's pretty crazy how many releases we've gotten from it. I do understand why people are upset we got no Return of the Jedi, but another point is that it is a 40th anniversary for the whole year, so maybe they're not done yet. I remember December or November, like the final month before the 20th ended, we got Padme, Anakin, all these other Mace. Like they ended off on a high note for the end of the year. So I'd say maybe wait. I think we'd get more from Return of the Jedi. Another thing I really want to quickly say is for Return of the Jedi, I watched it in theaters a couple days ago. It was really cool. I feel like with that movie particularly, there wouldn't be as much Hot Toys could do that would sell extremely well, in my opinion, that they haven't already done. Like, we got a Palpatine that looks amazing. We have so many Luke Skywalkers. We have we got the announcement of the Return of the Jedi Vader. So I feel like this time around, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like with that particular movie, like, what really could they do that would really sell extremely well? And I feel like there's not as much in comparison to like Attack of the Clones, Mace Windu, that's a huge character. Young Anakin, that's a huge character. Padme, like a lot of big stay characters. But personally, I think there's going to be more in Return of the Jedi. I just think we got to wait for it. But I personally thought, I was with you, Will. I thought we were going to get a little bit more this time because I feel like Star Wars is really hot at the moment. And when the night we only saw 2, everyone was like, hold on, it's not over. Let's see what's going to happen. We're still waiting. And then even another day ended, and unfortunately we didn't get anything. But I'd say let's not get too disappointed. At the end of the day, it's Hot Toys' business. They're going to do what they're going to do. And yeah, I'm still super excited. It was a May 4th day, and we got Star Wars. So I wasn't really too mad about it. I was just maybe expecting a little more. But overall, I'm fine with it.
I think sometimes we as Riley, we do get our hopes a little bit high. But I am with you. I found this very underwhelming, unfortunately. I found this to be a very disappointing May the 4th. Just there were some updates. One thing we can show, actually, that Obi-Wan head sculpt has definitely been updated. They definitely updated that a little bit. The Obi-Wan Kenobi head sculpt. It's still not great. I would say it's better than it was. He has no upper lip, though. I don't know.
It's always the mustache.
Yeah, it's the mustache that throws. Hot Toys cannot seem to get that right. So this head sculpt in its current state, I hope it doesn't come out looking like that. It very well may, though. At this point, maybe too late in the game to change it. But I was expecting a little bit more, Riley. I was expecting maybe that Emperor 2.0 that we were hoping on getting, maybe a dark side Anakin.
I thought a Cal was coming. I mean, why do you do a Trooper the week before May 4th and then you don't do a Cal?
I would have thought, Riley, that they would have come out with something to sort of, I mean, the Sidious is pretty good, right? I think most people are generally excited for it, but I don't know that it like slams the hammer down in exclamation point where collecting the world is just going, oh my God, like a dark side Anakin would, or maybe a Return of the Jedi Emperor or something, right? Or maybe in Revenge of the Sith Emperor, like a Palpatine, right? Yeah. Maybe they're waiting for the anniversary to do that one, but that's 2 years from now. So
yeah.
I don't know, man. But Nick, what do you think about this? I mean, was this May the 4th underwhelming? What did we expect too much or too little? What do you think?
I don't know. I was at least disappointed. And I feel like I wasn't really expecting much. Honestly, I was going in just really wanting to Cal Kestis.
Yeah.
Like they got my hopes up. They got my hopes up the week before when they announced that Trooper, and I was like, "Oh man, bro, you're announcing a Trooper? That's it. You're gonna do Cal." But I don't know. Now that May 4th has passed and we got no Cal, I got this scary feeling they're not gonna make a Cal. I just got this this feeling that they're not going to do it, bro. Because I was telling Riley and the others, I was like, they made figures for Battlefront, like that game, and they only made Troopers. They didn't make like Iden Versio. They didn't make any of the Inferno Squad, or any of the characters from like the game storyline to at all. So it's not unheard of. And hey, we've seen it before where they've made characters from a movie and they don't make the main character. Like I think one of the obvious ones was Lone Ranger. They made like Johnny Depp's character, and they didn't make the Lone Ranger, right? If I'm correct.
Yeah.
Like they didn't make the main character of the movie. So yeah, I really want a Cal. So that's really why I'm disappointed. I didn't really expect too much, but I think the Emperor looks okay. I'm a big Emperor fan. I wasn't super impressed by it. I will say once we saw it more like in hand, like I saw pictures of it on Secret Base, I thought it looked better. I don't think the promo, like the actual promo pictures looked that good of it, but in hand it looks pretty good. And then the Clone Trooper, I don't know. I don't even know. I gotta be honest, I don't know who Fox is. He looks alright.
Nick, what about Mace? I mean, the head sculpt, did you like seeing it in person? I mean, does it look better to you?
Did they update Mace? I actually didn't notice.
No, I mean, I don't think so. Padme looks like she's been updated a little bit.
Padme looks different, right?
No, you can see that they even showed a photo and in a nice little video and all that type of stuff. So, I mean,
Yeah,
she
looks
pretty
slightly
good.
Different. Yeah, no, I think Padme, even like when they did announce her, I thought she looked pretty good. I don't know. The Mace is iffy too. I was always iffy on that Mace. I don't know what it is. There's something about his eyes.
It here.
I don't know. There's something about his eyes that just looks off. Oh my God, that Hayden though.
Yeah, the hate. Well, someone commented and I actually thought it was pretty interesting. They said the hair looks kind of helmet-like, and I was like, I do kind of see that, but it still looks great to me. That head sculpt is
his hair. His hair in that movie is hard to recreate because it's very like he has a lot of he's got a lot of hair there, like where they sculpted it, but he's got a lot of baby hairs coming down,
Right.
and it's hard to like if you sculpt it, like it wouldn't work because it would look too much. So
right. I think it's the best they could have done.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that mace, that's still off. That's off.
Yeah, I think it's
I don't like it.
It's his eyes or something. Yeah.
It's the eyes. It's like maybe 70% there, 75.
Yeah.
It's who it's supposed to be. It's kind of like Qui-Gon though. You know what I mean? Qui-Gon like was a decent sculpt, but it wasn't perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I think it's like that. But so Nick, what were you expecting? Were you expecting maybe something a little bit more of a banger, like an Anakin or something?
Well, no, I gotta be honest. I only went in with I just wanted Cal. I want Cal Kestis.
Okay.
He's one of my favorite characters, so I really wanted Cal. And I did have a little bit of hope that we would get like an Emperor 2.0. I know a lot of people didn't want it, and I kind of don't want it because I have him. But I want different face sculpts. That's my main issue with that first Palpatine is I want other face sculpts than smiling. And then we get this one, he's smiling. And
you hate smiling sculpts.
Well, no, I don't hate smiling sculpts. I like them. I just want more options, bro. We won't talk about that. But, like,
it's gonna be updated.
But here's the thing, bro. As someone who likes to take photos, I like different options because it's not like fun when they're always in the one. If he's like just smiling, it very limits you. It limits you to what you can do with it, like photo wise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you can't have him in a photo with Darth Vader being killed, and he's like, like
I knew it was niche.
Yeah,
it was lit. That sounded like him.
Yeah, see.
God damn it.
See, you've been outed, bro. You've been outed.
Yeah, I have been.
I thought the end one was gonna happen personally.
Oh, you know what? You guys
now
have
that it's not here,
too.
if it's not here, like I said, I think it's never happening. If it didn't happen this way, I really don't think that.
What is that, Riley? What do you think's not happening?
The end one. I thought if it would happen today, this was the time. But now that it's not, like I feel like when are you gonna do it now?
They put it on the coming soon section along with those Inquisitors, but.
Yeah. So maybe next week, I don't know.
It could.
You're gonna have to talk to me about this one because I don't understand why they would make those Inquisitors. Do you guys? I'm not sure I get why you would do that. Yeah,
bro, come on. How are they gonna make them and not the shoot? What number was she? The sister from Fallen Order. I love her.
Oh, dude, second sister. She was awesome.
Second sister.
And she had an arc.
Good.
She actually had a story.
Oh my god, dude, she was so good. She looked badass. Like, oh man. Like, it was awesome.
Yeah, and like so, and look, these Inquisitors, they look cool, right? They did absolutely nothing. Cool. Absolutely nothing in the show. Like, I mean, look,
that's fair.
And this comes from someone who loves the Knight of Ren.
I was about to say they're like the Knights of Ren.
I love the Knights of Ren, and they did almost nothing, but they did more than these two. So
did
they at least fought Kylo.
Oh yeah,
and
they
punched him
did.
in the
They
face.
fought. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so,
I mean, to be fair, Hot Toys makes some pretty they made a She-Hulk. I don't think a lot of people are gonna
but she was the main character.
She was the main character.
Yeah, but like a lot, they do make a lot of weird stuff. Like,
but and maybe it's because the likeness is not as expensive because it's kind of like almost not their likeness. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it looks good though. Like I feel like there are people who would buy it.
But like,
for sure.
I feel like this is a waste of a slot. I feel like how are you gonna make these two guys? I was gonna say something mean, but how are you gonna make these two guys? But you're not going to give us like Grief Karga, who's a main character.
Right.
He's a main character of
fair.
Mandalorian.
Yeah, that's
all right.
fair.
You didn't give us Cara Dune at the time, which it's not going to happen now. But like at the time, you could have made her.
Did you see Mars Toys is about to make?
I did. It looks all right.
Yeah.
It actually looks not bad.
I probably wouldn't pick it up anyways, but it still looks cool.
I won't either. But
yeah, none of us would get it. But
I love. We're all like, yo, did you see it? Oh yeah, I'm not getting
it. Yeah, I'm not getting it, but it's dope though.
I mean, yeah, they made so many like. I mean, they gotta stop don't make characters like this and make characters who are actual like main characters. Like make Grief Karga. Don't make this guy. I'd rather have a Grief Karga than this guy. I don't even know his name. Is
he fifth
brother? Fifth brother. Yeah.
That's right. He's just a brother. He doesn't have a name. That's right.
The thing is, these also kind of work in like for people who watch Rebels. I recently watched it's like the animated shows, so I think people would pick these up to kind of like fit it into that Rebels aspect. But I don't know. Well, who knows?
Yeah. I mean, that would be more for completionists, and Riley, that will lead us into one of our topics about buying Hot Toys and how many you buy. But I mean, but I will say, so Nick, I'm with you and Riley both on this one. I was a little surprised that, look, if these go up for pre-order, I would be like, I'm just not quite understanding. Maybe they're super cheap to make. That can be my only estimation of it, because I'm not sure why you would make these two and not dedicate efforts, like you said, to another Anakin or to something else that would probably move a lot more
better
units.
Obi-Wan sculpt.
Right, a better Obi-Wan sculpt, right?
That's
And
true.
and Grief Karga, right? Grief Karga in his new outfit, that's a dope looking figure right there. So that would be a nice one. I mean, there are other ones you could make, I'm sure.
They could have done I thought that it would have been cool if they did the Moff Gideon for Mando season 3 because I love.
I'm sure they probably will. I'm sure
No, they definitely will.
Yeah, that's very.
Yeah.
I was spoiler, but very Iron Man like. So I think.
Oh, yeah.
That's true. Yeah, so I think it's like Iron Gideon.
That. I didn't expect that to be announced because I was like, yeah, they probably need a few months to make it. Like,
that's fair.
Give it like 2 months, I think, and then they'll announce it.
One of the ones that's not Star Wars that just real quickly that we may have forgotten about is Namor, because I have not forgotten about him because I really want to see that figure, and I know that would look dope on a shelf compared to these two. But
Dude, I don't think it's ever gonna happen.
It's not happening, bro.
I don't think
it's gonna happen. I'm holding out hope. This and the N1 are gonna drop the same day. They're going to drop the same morning.
Yes.
So, yeah. But anyway, guys, let us know in the chat below. I meant to post a poll. My apologies. I'll post it for the next topic. But, yeah, let us know whether you thought this May the 4th was underwhelming or not. I think it was. I think we're all three in consensus here that it was pretty underwhelming. So, I guess we'll see how the rest of the community feels and what the general consensus is. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that one. That said, guys, let's talk about something a little more specific. We mentioned that Darth Sidious in passing, right? So the Darth Sidious, this is from Clone Wars. They gave it a realistic head sculpt. This is something that they have done with the line. And this is something that I'm starting to understand a little bit more. And I watched Justin's review about this when he was talking about So-So as far as the Invincible figure that I have here. So the reason that they're doing this probably is because they want the Clone Wars line to fit seamlessly with other Hot Toys on your shelf. And if you have a bunch of animated head sculpts, then you have a bunch of realistic head sculpts, it might look a little weird unless you differentiate them and separate them by a pretty extensive margin, right? So I think that's probably why they're doing this. I would suspect, right? So, but if we're looking at Palpatine, Darth Sidious here, it's a nice looking figure. It's a Clone Wars figure. The head sculpt, I think, is fairly controversial, I guess we could say, to put it lightly. The outfit, I think everyone's pretty much on board. The base is pretty cool. The lightning effects, pretty typical for a Palpatine Sidious. But the head sculpt, I think that's the primary reason we buy Hot Toys in most cases. And this one's a little bit questionable. Riley, do you think Darth Sidious is worth the money? Is he worth pre-ordering or ordering outright? Because for maybe people who don't have that Emperor that was released previously, maybe this is their option. Or maybe they just love Clone Wars. What do you think about how this looks in its current state?
Right. Well, firstly, I'd like to say that, I mean, if he's worth the price, if we're talking about the price, I think 100%. I think it's really greatly valued, personally. I think it's $265 on Sideshow, which I'm kind of surprised with. I feel like I think Optical's been saying it, their prices kind of have been dropping more recently from before. Like, it's been pretty crazy in the past, but now, like, I mean, a Darth Sidious with a head sculpt, movable eyes, you get his sabers. I mean, he doesn't come with obviously a bunch of stuff, but like a nice base for $265, that's a really good price for now, from the times we're at now. So I would say it's definitely worth the price. Is he worth like actually picking up? I think that's more so just based on the collector. For me, since I am obviously a huge Clone Wars fan, I think I'm like pretty like definite I'm picking this up. I'm gonna get it down just to have him in the clone display. But I understand why some people would be like, no, this really isn't my Palpatine, and I don't know if I need to collect 2-3 Palpatines in my display. And like people have talked about, we have the Return of the Jedi, which is already an amazing representation of the character. We have Revenge of the Sith anniversary in 2 years. I mean, I think it's guaranteed you're going to get a Revenge of the Sith Palpatine with the orange eyes, the Sith eyes. That's going to look really cool. I think me and Nick talked about it. I'm surprised this one didn't also come with like an alternative sculpt with red eyes. I think that was a missed opportunity. They should have really done that. That would have been really nice, but it is what it is. I think it's definitely worth the money. I'm going to pick it up, but like I said, for people who are like we talked about tier-based collecting, is this that character where you want to have 2 or 3 or 4 Palpatines? Because there's going to be a lot in the future, but for me, I think I'd have multiple Palpatines. I'd get this, and I'd get Return of the Jedi. And I don't know, maybe Revenge of the Sith. That's 3 Palpatines. That's pretty wild. But hey, I'm picking this one up. This, for Clone Wars fans, the scene of him fighting Savage and Maul. Like, you guys, if you haven't watched the Clone Wars, just look up that scene. That fight is so badass. And we definitely, like people have been talking about, need a Savage press. I don't know if you've ever seen the way he looks, Will, but in a figure format, he would look amazing. So we definitely need that down the line. I wish Hot Toys did a little teaser or something, like maybe him in the back, like, because Hot Toys does that sometimes. That would have been really cool, and I would have been even more excited about this line. But like I talked about, Clone Wars is showing that Hot Toys are diving deep into it. And like we said, are they kind of more appealing to younger collectors like myself, Nick, and other people out there who love Clone Wars? I don't know, because we didn't get any Return of the Jedi. Do feel for people who are kind of a little bit annoyed with that, but I'm a happy collector regardless, and I'm picking this guy up. And I think the sculpt's great. I don't think Nick, you hate it on you hate this. I know other people.
Oh, yeah, okay. Wait. Just keep
so
going.
you think it's great, Riley? Use the word great.
I think it's like a rating out of 10. I'd probably say like an 8 out of 10. I just think it's a really great. It's not perfect. Like it's not like exactly like him, but like if I get this in hand, I'm gonna be happy with it. And another thing, I'm probably gonna have him with the hood over. So it's more so just I don't really need the sculpt to be perfect. So I'm fine with it. But yeah, Nick gave it a nice 5.5 out of 10. I don't know if he's changing it.
Well, that's kind of like Luke, right? Luke, man, or Luke, 7.5, I would say, but he's gonna have the hood on. But Nick, what did you want to say?
You gotta pull up the video, like Nick,
the sideshow one.
Yeah, pull it up.
Okay, yeah, I'll pull it up. Nick, you go ahead though.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So Kiko's not on the panel, so someone's got to be controversial.
Someone's got to be spicy, dude.
We need the spice.
I'll be the spicy one. Look, I love Palpatine. He's my favorite Star Wars character. All right, my favorite. I love him. I saw this figure, and instantly I was like, "Wow, I do not like that. I do not like that."
Yeah.
I think I just, I know what it's going for. So listen, let's hold on before the comments are coming and making fun of my mustache and all that, because everybody loves to talk about that. Look, I know it's meant to be based off the Clone Wars show. I know. I personally just don't like how skinny he looks with that robe. He just looks so like skinny that it's not intimidating. And I don't like that. Because I feel like the Emperor is a very, like, he should be intimidating looking. And he just looks like, I don't know. Like, I always make jokes about, the Emperor I already have, the Return of the Jedi. I'm always like, man, he's just it's just an old man in a bathrobe. But like, he at least that robe, he's got like a lot of bulk, and he looks bigger than what he really is underneath, so it makes him look slightly more intimidating. But like this one, man, I don't know, like there's that one photo of it, like where he's just standing with his lightsabers, and he looks so skinny, and I just really don't like it. Like, but I will say, I'll give him credit. I like that they put wires in the cape, in his little robe, because that'll allow for, you can maneuver it and all that. And I've seen photos, like I said, I saw it on display, and they had it kind of like flared out, and I was like, okay, it actually doesn't look as bad as I thought. It looks kind of cool that way. But I still stand by, the head sculpt is not great. I don't like it. I don't like it. And here's the thing. I don't like the head sculpt because it's off. Because, all right, I've seen a picture where somebody put the head, Ian McDermott's face and the figure's face next to each other. And it kind of made me realize, like, okay, his eyes are just kind of too beady. This is going to sound so nitpicky. This is so nitpicky. But like,
of course, so nitpicky.
This is so nitpicky. I know.
It's good.
But I feel like his eyes are too beady. He doesn't have his Sith eyes, which is weird. I feel like, and I just feel like his face is too short. Like, he looks too square. I think that's what it is. I don't know. That's just
too short.
I think his face is too short, bro.
I've never heard that.
Well, because see, Riley, Nick is on to something I think important here, because every time I say, and this is in Kiko's honor here, every time I say a head sculpt's off, he's like, all right, well, tell me exactly what's off with it. I'm like, I don't know, bro. It just looks off.
I can't explain it.
Yeah, he was like, because he was like, I think he wants to explain like the exact measurements. Like, is the nose perfect or is the eyes right? I'm like, no, it doesn't look like him. That's the best way I can describe it. But Nick is being specific.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Look,
but you're saying he's too skinny, but have you seen the Clone Wars? He's like a stick in the Clone Wars.
Yeah, he is pretty thin.
But that's what I said. I understand. It's based off the Clone Wars TV show. I didn't say, what it is. I know this isn't Revenge of the Sith Palpatine. I'm aware. So look, it is what it is. He's wearing his little skin tight robe. That's cool. Cool for him. I don't like it personally. But like, if you like it, that's cool. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna over here, telling people buy what you want. Don't buy it or whatever. Like, no, if you like it, you like it. And that's cool. I'm glad. As Riley has figured out, I'm a very picky person, and I hate it. Yeah. I'm way too picky with things, and I really don't like it, because sometimes I want to just go and enjoy something, and I just can't, and I hate it. But,
however, Nick, you are paying a lot of monwe for this, right? So you want to be picky.
But no.
So,
and I always say, like, we should all be somewhat picky, because if you're not picky with some things, then they take advantage of you. Like look.
No, it's true.
If nobody complained about the Doc Ock head sculpt, they wouldn't be changing it. You
That's
know?
fair.
Well,
Yeah,
Nick,
we didn't
if no
complain.
one complained about Tony Stank, they would have been like, "We just shipped a banger."
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's what they would have
we
done.
just shipped a banger.
Yeah, like,
This is great.
No cap, boys. Like, you just got the Iron Man head sculpt of the year. And then, dude, and then
cap.
everyone complained. They were like, "Well, fuck, like we better take that shit back." Like that's what they did.
Yeah. So like, look, even if they did fix the head sculpt, I'm not gonna buy it because it's like Clone Wars. This is just not how I view my Palpatine. My Palpatine, I either want Revenge of the Sith or the Return of the Jedi I already have. So for me, that's my Palpatine. I'd even take a Rise of Skywalker. I hate the movie, but I like the way he looks in that movie. But
Yeah.
look, for what it is, it's accurate to what it's based off of, and I appreciate that. So it did a good job for that. Okay. That's where I'll end it.
Okay.
No,
mic drop.
Well, I do think so. This is something that people probably need to consider, right? So in 2 years' time, obviously it's a while away, but they are probably going to make another one. They probably are going to make this one for the Return of the Revenge of the Sith, anniversary, which is going to be a little more Senator Palpatine, probably in his fight with Mace Windu. So very similar outfit to this, hopefully an improved head sculpt. So you're probably going to get another opportunity at this one, maybe in a slightly better form, unless you love Clone Wars. If Clone Wars is your jam and you love Clone Wars, this is it, right? I don't know if it's a 5.5, but I understand where Nick's coming from. It's definitely off. I would say like a 7 to a 7.5. I think it's like, when I look at this, I see Ian McDermott in there somewhere, but with that head sculpt, I'm just not quite sold. I think that Hot Toys generally does really well with old men. So I'm not sure why exactly. Like Count Dooku and the Alec Guinness ones are amazing. Like those are Tarkin's great, right? So they really do well with like older male characters for some reason. So the Harrison Ford from The Force Awakens was really good, right? So stuff like that. Right. So I'm surprised this one is as off as it is, because I would have thought that they would have nailed this one based on their current track record. But
also, can I say one more thing?
Yeah,
I forgot to add. I also this is once again just a Nick thing. All right, this is just a me thing. I kind of would have liked if they didn't go for a smiling head, just because like the other one has a smiling head too. So like get some variation in there. And if they gave this one like a cool little snarl, like with his teeth showing and he's all angry looking, I think that would have been cool.
That'd be cool.
Because like that would be really cool. And then for people like me who has the original, could have just bought the head sculpt to this one and put it on that one. You could have, had a cool thing going.
That's fair.
That's just how I don't know. But it is what it is,
Yeah.
We'll get a Revenge of the Sith one eventually.
Yeah, we will. We will, guys. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below on this Darth Sidious figure that was announced for May the 4th. Pretty exciting. But look, I'm happy for the Clone Wars fans. I don't think it's the worst thing ever. I think the head sculpt is solid to decent. That's what I would say. And it's not the best, but certainly not the worst either. So yeah, we did have some super chats that I want to get to real quick before we jump to our next topic. I have to scroll all the way back up, so bear with me here. We had one from the movie canon. Thank you so much, kind sir. I'm sorry I'm covering your face, Nick. They won't let me, with Melon, they don't really have a better way. We don't really have a better way, unless I put us all like this. Where we're all super
now Nicholas huge.
So anyway, I was waiting for the 5-4 announcements before I order my next hot toy, and even though I love the Sidious look, I'll be Nick in the background. I'll be pre-ordering Spider-Man Red Blue. So I'm guessing that's a Spider-Man Tom Holland from the new film. Is that right?
Yeah, red and blue. Yeah.
That's an amazing figure, by the way. That's actually one movie canon. I'm sure you guys probably agree, because I think you guys are both getting that too, right?
Oh, 100%.
Like, dude,
hell yeah.
It's one of those figures that the head sculpt is so good that I feel terrible leaving it in the box, because 100%. I'm just
you want to recreate that final scene, but
bro, because I don't usually display mine without their helmets or masks on. So if I have one without that, I guess it could still work, but it just might be a little bit off, right? So
Well, if you have another Tom, just put on another Tom on.
Yeah, I do have another Tom. I have the tech suit.
Well, would it work with the does it work with the neck though? Because I know it's
maybe not.
They all use the same body.
Yeah, but this one has
the necks
neck,
are different. Yeah, I don't know.
Because the neck is like the fabric, so it really makes sense.
Right. Well, no, but his head is still separate from the neck. It's still a double.
Oh, is it?
It's still a separate thing. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, you just want to have the neck.
Thank you so much, bro. That very generous super chats. I appreciate it. I'm glad you're getting that Tom Holland. That's a pretty dope figure. And I think Carlos said I missed one of his, but I'm not sure. He asked about Riley's haircut.
Yeah, I saw it.
So I'm not sure if he asked the second time or not. No, there it is.
It was really old one.
So Carlos, thank you so much, bro. Riley, he called it a mushroom top haircut. isn't going to hide your receding hairline. Just embrace it. Well, Riley, I think your hairline is great, bro.
Thank you. Yes. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Nick
I mean,
so
even if you're receding, so what, bro? It's fine. The ladies like a little bit of recession. It's fine.
There we go. I love it.
They do, bro. Nick knows this. They do. Nick's doesn't have that, but I do, Riley. So I can really, dude. Honestly, bald has never. No woman has told me otherwise, but it's never cost me an opportunity at a woman. So if you do go bald, Riley, you can make it work.
Going bald,
bro. Bald people look great, honestly. You know, if you grew a nice, long beard, bro, you look like a badass.
See, Riley, you got to grow a beard, bro. You got to grow a beard.
Gotta do it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be important. It'll help you, Riley. Facial hair is like a push-up bra for men. That's what I've been told.
It's true.
Yeah,
can't reach Nick status.
See, Nick knows. Even a mustache, bro. That's all you need. It's either a makeup for man or a push-up bra for man. That's what it is. That's what it's called.
Exactly.
So, guys, let's talk about the next topic. We got Hot Toys clone Commander Foxification. They didn't make that version, unfortunately. But I think that one is going to go up for PR. Hot Toys, Howard told me, and I think JC told me that one is coming. So anyway, guys, why is everyone laughing? I'm
sorry. I saw you had Connor's comment.
No, what did Connor say?
Yeah, he said I look like
Velma from Scooby-Doo.
I literally just had me dying.
So Nick, you weren't even here when he got called Rachel Maddow, and now he's been called.
Oh man, that's amazing.
And now he's been called Velma from Scooby-Doo.
Hey, people are at my back. I see Costa. I love you, Costa.
Costa, love you, bro. Connor, that's pretty fucking funny, though. Gotta give it to you, bro.
That was good.
But anyway, Riley. So we're talking about this clone Commander Fox. Will collectors add another clone to their collection? Because every time a new clone comes out, I am just floored that people love their clones so much, bro. And I love it because people are building these sick ass clone displays with all these colorful clones and different sort of setups. And it's another clone, right? And how many is too many? So I'm wondering, it seems like the answer is yes, right? The answer is just, or no, because people are just going to keep buying clones after clone after clone because they look so cool. And this one has a really cool color scheme. I got to say, I really like this. No head sculpt. This one I think is $225, something like that. So pretty reasonable. Riley, will collectors like yourself add another clone? Because this is yet another clone.
Yes, it is. It is another clone. And I think definitely there are collectors out there who will pick up this clone. I've seen some people say like, I don't really care for as much as this one. I mean, he's not one of those clones where, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like I haven't watched Clone Wars in a long time, but he wasn't like a character who was, to me, like, oh my God, I love Commander Fox. He's one of my favorite clones, but maybe I'm wrong about that. That said, though, I think the outfit and the coloring is amazing. And I think it's definitely different enough to where it can work in a clone collection. One thing that you said, Will, I think it was in one of your videos that I really have more so latched onto, me being a big clone collector, is that I like clones that have more like different and unique aspects about them. And I think that this clone particularly has that because of his different symboling on the chest, his different, obviously a red color in comparison to just like a plain white, a plain whatever else may be. And you can fit it with some Coruscant guards. I mean, people have made the funny argument that this is a phase 1 helmet and he's posed with phase 2 Coruscant guards, which isn't really accurate at all, but still looks badass regardless. I'm happy about collectors picking this up because I know it's going to be hot for people out there. I mean, like we talked about, there's a reason why Hot Toys are doing clone figures. Like, it's super easy to make. They can make probably like hundreds easily, thousands easily, and it's definitely just going to sell. People are going to buy these like hotcakes because it just works for so many things. It can work for prequels. It can work for the Clone Wars television show. It can work for Rebels. So many different IPs that just fit with any type of clone you want. Attack of the Clones. So yeah, I'd say it's definitely going to be one that's going to be hot for clone collectors. For other people who obviously don't care as much for clones like you will, this is just going to be one where you're like, it's like, this could have been like an ordinary week. This could have been announced next month. And you just like, I don't really care. I'm just going to skip on it, but it still looks cool regardless. I'm happy for people picking it up. I still am deciding if I'm going to pick it up. Like I said, with clones, I used to do it where I'd pick up 2 of the same, but now with just so many things now, I can't. Like, I literally just have to get 1 clone. There's no chance I can double up anymore, except for the 501st. You got to get 2 of those. That's all I got to say. But other than that, I'm trying to pick up clones. I'm trying to make like a row, like 2 rows, a whole lineup of where I can get just different legions of the clones. And this red one is obviously a new version of the Legion, so I'm very tempted to pick it up. I'll probably end up getting it. I'll see if there's maybe a discount down the line, but like we talked about, it might be different in the future. But overall, I'm definitely happy with it for sure.
Yeah, it's certainly a colorful one that pops, Riley. But for me, I'm not a big clone guy. So there are a lot of clone collectors out there, and these are probably inexpensive for Hot Toys to produce, and people buy them in mass. So Pretty exciting, I think, for a lot of clone collectors. But I didn't see as much excitement about this one as I did Papa Palps. Papa Palps definitely got more excitement. And even then, there was still a disappointing May the 4th for most people. But this clone commander still, I think, is one people are probably going to end up picking up, especially if it gets discounted. So, Nick, what do you think? Will collectors add another clone here? I mean, because this is yet another clone, and it does look pretty cool.
Yeah. No, definitely. I mean, a lot of people are going to scoop this one up. Like, a lot of people who just love clones, if you're a clone collector, you're going to get it. Like, he's a commander, and like I said, I don't know this character, honestly. I don't know who he is, but I assume he's an important character because I saw a lot of people get hyped about it.
Come on.
No.
I don't know.
I didn't watch all the episodes. But I just did a Google search of, I searched this guy, Clone Commander Fox, and 90% of the photos are him as a Phase 2 clone. So I don't know why they went for this look, because I'll admit I like the whole like art design on his chest and all that. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah. But I think it's a little weird that he would like just be a Phase 1 and have the dark maroon colors, and he doesn't match his little boys back there, like the little Coruscant guards. They don't match. It's weird. But look, it's a clone. At the end of the day, they're all cool. I think so. I think they're all pretty dang cool. Even this guy, maybe he's not accurate, but he's a sick looking figure. And no head sculpt though either. I don't know. But like I said, I don't know the character. Does he look any different, or is he just a generic looking dude?
I think he's generic. He might have like a different like tattoo because there's so many of them.
He might just have like a tattoo or something.
But at the end of the day, we have so many Tomorrow head sculpts. I didn't really mind this not having a sculpt. It's cheaper. It's gonna be cheaper without the sculpt. So
that's true. Yeah. Yeah. How much was it? Like 230?
It's like 225 or something. Yeah. It's pretty cheap.
I mean, that's cheap
for a commander as well.
I thought it would be like 240, 250, but without the head sculpt, I think Hot Toys was able to keep it relatively reasonable. And again, this is always factoring in the Sideshow was like a 25% tax. So in Hong Kong, this is a lot cheaper. So, it's fair. Like what, 170, 180, 160, something like that. So yeah, it's really not bad at all. So yeah.
Everybody hates this guy, apparently.
I see pop culture, Casa said generic. Yeah. I mean, I guess it could be, but to me, I guess I kind of view a lot of the clones that way. I view a lot of them as kind of generic, but again, I'm not a huge super fan of Clone Wars. If I was, maybe I would adore more of the backstory of these characters, but in their current state, I've watched half of season 1 and I'm just not really into it, but everyone keeps telling me to try again.
You got to watch like the actual important episodes. There's a certain list I could send you.
That's what I've heard.
I've skimmed.
Right.
I kind of wish, I don't know, man. I kind of wish the Fallen Order Scout Trooper was announced on May 4th over this guy. I feel like that was cooler. I feel like that was cooler than this.
I feel like people would be annoyed at that though, like just to get a Scout Trooper on May 4th. I don't know. But
everybody was pretty excited because everybody was like hyped that like, oh, are we gonna get Cal? Or maybe that's why they didn't do it.
They should have just started with Cal. It should just not made the Scout Trooper.
I don't think they're making Cal, bro. I don't think they're doing.
Well, probably because they knew that Scout Trooper was super easy to make. They were like, this thing is going to be an absolute easy figure to make. Yeah, it's going to be. Sideshow's probably like.
I mean, Kiko literally made it on your show, right? Like,
right.
Put the shoulder on those.
Sideshow was probably. They probably look at that figure the same way they look at a Neon Tech Iron Man. They're like, God damn it, another fucking Scout Trooper, because they're gonna have to. They're probably gonna order 10 of them because otherwise they're gonna sit on the shelves, in the warehouse, and they're gonna be up for 30-40% off on Sideshow Thanksgiving or whatever, Geeksgiving. There's a lot of Scout Troopers out there, and how many people really need a Scout Trooper nowadays? I don't know. When so many bangers drop in, like Yelena, and then now you get the Scout Trooper. I know everyone is upset with me about Yelena. Not really, but it's a fun one. So anyway, guys, thanks for your thoughts on that one. Thank you guys so much in the chat for your thoughts on that one. We did get another announcement that I think is definitely worth mentioning here, especially considering that we just saw the film, some of us. I don't know if Nick has seen it.
I saw it.
But
I saw it yesterday.
You saw it, Nick? Okay.
Yeah.
So that actually helps our discussion. And no spoilers here, of course. No spoilers in this discussion here. But I will say, guys, this is the Guardians Volume 3 Groot. I saw a couple comments when I got home today, or last night rather, and earlier this morning, that I was like, you know what? I saw people saying that this is the definitive Groot, and they had to go and pre-order it immediately after seeing the film. I will say this scene with the guns is pretty fucking cool.
Really dope. It's cool.
It's pretty cool. Yeah. And this is a really unique looking figure. To me, OG Groot is still king. No cap. But
No cap.
but as far as this Groot, right? It's still a really, really nice Groot. And Riley, I want to start with you again on this one. After seeing the film, is this the Groot to own in your opinion, or would you still go after that original?
Yeah, it's gonna be the same with you. Guardians 1, no doubt. That's the best look for me. And another thing is, I said this, I believe in the Facebook group. Shout out, Place for Collecting. But the Groot itself, I feel like his character design in my eyes, he just looked a little too bulky. I get like he's supposed to look like older. He's getting like aged up, so it makes sense. But just in my eyes, I feel like I don't know. He just looked too bulky to me. That said, I have seen, like you said, Will, people who are watching this film and they're like absolutely loving it. They're like, oh my God, like this brought the love back to Marvel. I'm picking up the entire Guardians line now. Like, so I'm happy for people who are. I think that these are going to sell well because the movie did great. And I mean, I saw it yesterday and I thought it was an amazing film. So I think this is going to be a nice line. In my eyes, when I saw that whole movie, I was like, there's like probably not a single figure I'd probably pick up, honestly, from the film. As much as I loved it, I just don't think figure wise, I don't like their blue and red outfits. And I just thought Groot looked a little bulky, but I'd say OG Groot hands down. But that said, there are people who are going to do multiple Groots because you can't really put an OG Groot into Guardians 3. It just wouldn't make sense. So you kind of need this one to fit the line. But I'd say it's a nice release regardless. You talked about the scene with the guns, and there's like a specific scene near the end that's really awesome with all of them working together. It was a really cool scene. So watch the film. That's all I have to say. I know Marvel's been in a hit or miss, but this was definitely a hit. I'd say people are happy about it. I know people are going to pick up this group, but for me, yeah, it's going to be a pass, and Guardians 1 takes it for sure.
Right. Riley, this is, I'm with you on the pass aspect because I have Groot from Guardians 1. However, if I did not, I'd probably go get Groot from Guardians 1. But if I didn't want to do that, this would be the second choice because you have Infinity War. That's a nice looking figure, but that's like teenage Groot, right? And then you look at, I think they made another one. I'm not sure. There was another one and there's the baby Groots and stuff like that. But as far as like adult/teenage Groot, the Guardians 1 Groot is a work of art. This one, honestly, from a figure standpoint, is really, really innovative and cool. This is a really, really well done figure, and I'm happy that Hot Toys is doing something like this. So apparently the arms are articulated. So that's really cool, and you could do a lot with those guns. So that's pretty dope. And for what, 350, 365, something like that, for the 350, for the deluxe version, that's pretty reasonable for what you're getting here. So I think for the people who don't have a Groot and love this film, the one thing I will say, this is not a spoiler. No spoilers. I need a rocket in my collection now. I will say that because
arc is great,
I used to have a rocket. I had Endgame rocket and I sold it during the Purge of last year. And basically, I feel like now I need to go back and get that rocket again, or maybe just wait for the new one. But I could just go get the Endgame rocket and I'd be happy. So trust me, Rocket has a great arc in this film. Nick, what do you think, bro? You saw the film. It sounds like you enjoyed it. Is this the Groot to own in your eyes?
Honestly, no, I agree that the first one's the best one. I don't know what it is about that first one, man, but it just, it's just the best. But I will say, after watching the movie, I ended up liking this design a little more than I thought I would. The only thing I just don't like about the design is just he's still got this baby face look on his head. I kind of wish they made him like, if he looked like slightly like just a little older, or like his head was a little longer or something. Oh man, I think honestly it would have been like a really good design, because I got used to and really started liking that his bulky looking self. I think it makes sense for the character, honestly. If he's a tree, trees are bulky, man. And it makes sense because he's got all the little vines and all that come out.
Some might say, Nick, they're barky.
Oh. Hey, that was pretty good. I like that.
There we go.
That was a bop.
No cap, bro.
No, stop saying that. No, we don't do the bop.
Nick, on God, bro. On God. Nick, have you ever heard the saying, no printer?
No. Who says that?
That's what I said. Nobody says
People
that.
do, apparently.
Nobody says that. All right, I'm going to stop you right there. Nobody says that.
That's what the kids say, Nick.
People say cap.
Nobody says that.
That's what they're
people
saying.
Do say cap, but no one says.
Oh yeah, I say cap all the time.
Yeah, cap people say, like Captain America. Yeah.
I say Captain America.
Move on.
No Captain America. Anyway, Nick, go ahead. Sorry.
But I like this design. I got used to it. I love the all the arms with the guns and all that. It gives me Overwatch vibes to Reaper from Overwatch. If any of you played that, he does the die. That thing.
No one knows that.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
People know that. Trust me. People know that. It's badass. I like it. Yeah. I won't buy it. I won't buy it.
What, the Groot you're talking about?
any of them, just because
okay.
I'm very, you know me, I'm very picky with a niche. I only have a certain amount of slots I can have, so
Yeah.
Guardians
For
would take
sure.
up way too much space for me, and I love them, but I don't love them that much. But it's cool. It's cool.
And I heard the sculpts are all like pretty much the same, right? Like they're like updated, but they're like the originals because they
Bro,
teased the whole team, and I heard.
Well,
all
it
like
might just be
Yeah.
maybe for the teasers, but that rocket sculpt is the same as it was.
Yeah, it's
like
the same one it's been
this guy has
for,
alternate heads.
Yeah, it's the alternate heads. Yeah.
No, face
Interchangeable.
Oh, I
Wait.
didn't even know that.
Oh, so you can like take off like half of
Yeah,
his
interchangeable face plates. Yeah, for 350, and also the arms that articulate that come out of the articulatable and swappable torso. This is a really innovative figure.
I know some people said it was overpriced though, like because it was 350.
I don't think so, bro.
It
Not
does
for
have
what
a
you're
lot of
getting.
stuff. Yeah.
No, if
He's
I
also,
didn't,
he's bulky.
Yeah. Well, I will say you
Right.
could probably pick up Guardians 1 Groot for less than this. So if you wanted to get, you could probably get that Groot for 250, 275. So back in the day, dude, when everything was low, I got mine for $150 shipped. That Groot.
Wow, that's crazy.
And
How
it doesn't
tall
have
is
the
this
screaming head sculpt though, because that was a 2-pack only. But I got the standard one, and it's a beautiful figure. It really is.
Yeah, it looks dope for sure.
But it sounds like we're all in agreement. Guardians 1 Groot. However, if you don't have one, I think this would be a pretty good option.
I think this is the second best.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
doubt about it. Yeah. Because the Guardians 1 Groot, Nick, I think I could say what it is. He had that like tall, slender look, and it just looked best for that character, I feel like.
It just fits the aesthetic.
Right.
Yeah.
It fits the aesthetic of him the best. And I feel like everything has been downhill from there. So it's like, same with Hulk, honestly, right? With Hulk and Avengers, Age of Ultron was pretty good too, right? But then you look at Professor Hulk and all these other versions, and it's like, I don't know. I think the original.
Yeah.
Sometimes that happens. Sometimes
the OG is the best one.
It is.
You just don't know it. You just don't know until like 5 years after.
Well, T'Challa, there only ended up being 2, but the best one was the first one, in my opinion. So that's why they're
making it again, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I'm
gonna
get
that
that
again.
One. Yeah, I'm absolutely getting that because that's the Black Panther suit to me. I love that one.
Totally.
So,
I'm saying, and I've been saying it to Carlos. I'm like, bro, that Kang that's coming out now from Ant-Man, that's gonna be the best Kang. Watch. It's gonna be the best one.
Grail.
Well, it's gonna be the only one. Yeah.
The only one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it might be.
I thought that's what you were getting at. I thought you were gonna say it's like
no,
it's gonna be the only one.
No, I just think because like I'm telling, like most of the time the first designs are kind of the best one because like they try to keep it true but change it a little bit, and it's like straight up a comic accurate design for Kang. Like there's no way. I can't imagine the future they do another one and it looks like that. There's no way.
Right.
Yeah. Well, guys, I got to share something here real quick because I'm just going to say that I'll just put out there that apparently I'm a dumb fuck because basically here's what happened, right? Because look, I came up with this topic because this was a thing. I think Carlos messaged me. He had heard, and I saw some others saying, Darth Vader's officially low stock, right? Low stock for Darth Vader, Kenobi DX, right? And all the other ones we can look at, the collector's edition, waitlist, exclusive, waitlist. The deluxe version, exclusive, waitlist. Deluxe version, it was blue screen. It was blue screen, boys and girls. So for the people who did not see that the other day, I saw it and I said, well, damn, I really do want that figure. And I'm on the wait list, as you can see, for the exclusive version, which I hope converts. I really do want that hologram. So I should just pre-ordered it originally, but I did not because I don't know. I just was waiting a little bit. And now we got the deluxe version, which I actually pre-ordered because it was low stock. Now Sideshow says, oh, we're sorry. Like it's not blue screen. It's actually up for pre-order again. So I pre-ordered it. I don't feel like it's the end of the world. So be it, right? I have the pre-order locked in. I'm hoping I'm getting this figure regardless, right? I hope I get the exclusive, but he was waitlisted for like a day. Now he's back on pre-order. So I thought if this one hit waitlist, I said, this is the first domino to fall because this is a huge figure. This is not Kate Bishop. This is not a lesser, this is not Gore the God Butcher, right? This is not a figure that most people don't really care that much about. This is Darth Vader, maybe the most sought after Darth Vader out there right now. So this one went on waitlist. That tells you that Sideshow ain't playing games. But I guess they are playing games because it did go on waitlist and now it's not. So Riley, the question originally was, is it time to take this seriously? What do we take anything they do seriously? Because apparently this is not on waitlist anymore.
Yeah. It's kind of a hard one. It's like I've talked about this with Carlos. We always argue about it because he thinks that we're still going to be in the same state where we can wait and find discounts, deals like down the road. I'm more so thinking that that's not going to be the case. We're going to get lower batches, and with all these waitlists happening on Sideshow, I think it's actually legit. And you talk about this character being a huge character, Will, and that it would go waitlist, but there has already been big characters that have been waitlisted, like a Doc Ock. I believe it's on waitlist full. Like it's literally maxed
and
out.
Green Goblin went too, right?
And Green Goblin as well.
Yeah.
And those characters, I mean, I'm pretty confident that those would got a lot of orders because a lot of people love those characters. So, and that's on waitlist. So I really don't know what's going to happen. Well, we've gauged it with, I think the best thing is the Clone Trooper right now and Ahsoka is the two biggest ones. And in Clone Trooper, he's been released for about, I think it's been like 2 months or 2 or 3 months, and he's still on waitlist. He hasn't been on stock. I don't even think people have gotten waitlist conversions. Someone can let me know in the YouTube chat if I'm wrong about that, but I don't think I've seen emails where people are like, oh, I got a Clone Trooper conversion. So that's still just redundant. We haven't seen anything. Ahsoka, that released about a month ago. It's on waitlist and hasn't done anything yet. I don't think I've also seen conversions on that. Maybe I'm also wrong, but
that figure's gone.
Right, exactly. So I don't know what's gonna happen. It all just depends on those two figures personally. We can wait maybe I think 1 or 2 more months, and if that Clone Trooper is still gone, I think this might be a telling factor that they're gonna do waitlists and they're gonna do batches based off the waitlist as well. So we're gonna get this Doc Ock or this Vader if it does hit waitlist. All the people that jump on the waitlist, Sideshow's probably gonna see that number of how many are on the waitlist and be like, hey, this is sought out enough. This number is high enough on the waitlist. Let's do another batch. Let's get all these conversions out. I think that's how it's going to go. And yeah, that's personally what I think. But like I said, I might be completely wrong. And we're still going to see discounts left, right, and center. But like I said, we can't really gauge it as of yet. We can't take it seriously. We don't have like critical enough info. But I personally think it's going to happen personally. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. It's crazy to see, Riley. We're in interesting times, that is for damn sure, because you never know what to expect, man. Like the Green Goblin, you're right. Green Goblin and Doc Ock are not nothing characters. They're not. They may not be Toby, right? But they're pretty popular, and I would say a lot of people probably did order those. Yet they are on waitlist. I don't know. It could just be maybe because people are choosing between 2 Green Goblins. Maybe the Doc Ock head sculpt was a little controversial, and a lot of people were just like, I'm just going to wait and see what it comes out like. And they didn't pre-order. Maybe Sideshow was like, well, not a lot of people pre-ordered it, so we're just going to put it on waitlist. I don't know. But Nick, what do you think about this? I mean, I don't know if we take them seriously or not because it's so hard to gauge. They're not consistent. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, thank God you told me this because I just put them in my cart because I didn't have them pre-ordered.
You're getting ready too.
Bro, I need this figure, so I'm gonna have to pre-order them after.
100%.
But man, I don't know. We're in a hard spot because I'm telling like Riley said, we're always arguing about like, hey, what's happening with all this stuff, man? Is this real? Is it not real? Because yeah, like Ahsoka, like she's giving me vibes that it's real because it's like there's a lot of Ahsokas breaking, like mine broke, and Kiko's broke, and they sent out emails that like if people's are breaking, they can't give you a replacement because they don't have enough on hand anymore. They can only just refund you.
Good point. Yeah.
So that's a good sign that like they don't have Ahsokas, man. They really don't. And same thing, bro, with clones. Like nobody's waitlist is converting for those clones. It's been like 2 months now, right? Something like that, or 3 months.
Something like that. Yeah.
It's been a while, and I don't know, man. It's weird. And then you got things like this where, it went on waitlist. I was sad about it. And now it's not on waitlist. And now I'm happy about it. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like, I mean, maybe what it could be a strategy thing. Maybe small characters or characters they know will come back. Like Ahsoka, they know is going to come back because she's going to have a show. And I'm pretty sure they already know, like, Hot Toys is 100% going to make it Ahsoka. They only ordered a certain amount. And it is what it is. Once that sells out, they get the new show one, replaces it. And maybe for a character like Vader, they're like, let's order as many as we can because he's Darth Vader. Like,
right.
But then I don't know because then we got Return of the Jedi Vader too.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know, man. It's weird.
Another thing I was going to say is that it seems like there's certain figures. Yes, there is infamously, Kiko has said Wanda Wen. She's been taking forever. But there's been figures like the Purge Trooper, the Battle Droid that have came like in less than a year, which is kind of unheard of with Hot Toys. So maybe that's also kind of telling you like, would Hot Toys, if they're making them in under a year, do they have like thousands of these things sitting and ready? I don't think so. But we'll have to wait.
Yeah, where is Wanda?
Yeah, dude, I would assume Wanda's probably coming out this month or next month. Probably Wanda.
I got a bad feeling about it, man.
I do too. I have a bad feeling about it. I don't know if it's going to come out good. I think people might be disappointed because Loki took a long time too, and I know a lot of people were disappointed with that one. So it's right. sometimes that can be. Pennywise came out pretty good though, and he took a long time. So
Bro, I don't want that one. I want the Scarlet Witch.
I want the Scarlet Witch. I want the one
Yeah.
from Multiverse
Yeah, I like
of
that
Madness.
one.
Yeah, if I'm gonna get one, it's probably gonna be that one. But I'm probably not gonna get the deluxe. I don't have room for that big ass candle display. Like,
Yeah,
it
it's
does
like
look
cardboard
really
or-
cool, but it's also like, do I have space for that? I don't know. So, but I don't know. I pre-ordered this Darth Vader. I'm not canceling it. I'm just gonna stick with it. I'm gonna roll with it for now because I do really want this. And I'm hoping I get the exclusive, but
You definitely don't want to miss out. So yeah, it's gonna be
You want the
amazing.
hologram?
I mean,
yeah,
yeah, you don't want the hologram. Apparently.
So here's the thing. Yeah, with the hologram in itself, I get what you're saying, Nick. But here's the thing with the exclusive version. Collectors will always go for the exclusive version. So for whatever reason, say you move on from your collection, or you wanted to say, okay, you know what, I really like this Darth Vader, but maybe I want to go and get the Return of the Jedi one. The exclusive version is going to get you way more back on your investment than any other version. You know how much people were paying for Venom with one little stupid little tiny head more? It was way more just for that little extra head. That was exclusive version, right?
Yeah,
because collectors really want that exclusive version, no matter what it contains. It could have nothing in the box and be like, well, I want the exclusive one, right? It's just it's like a organic at the grocery store, right? It's like kind of a buzz term. So, people will pay more because it says organic on it. So, so if you ever wanted to move on from it, your figure is more valuable. So your investment is better.
Right.
So the hologram in itself, I'm with you guys. Yeah, it's a hologram, but it's what the hologram means for what the value for your collectible. So, yeah. So not that you're buying to flip it, because this Darth Vader is so amazing, I don't ever want to get rid of it. But you never know. You could have medical bills come up. You could have a change of interest. Maybe you're not interested in collecting anymore. Could be any number of things, right? So I think it. I can't take Sideshow seriously until this is, I think like Optical said, until they make you miss and they make you pay for a figure. Like this Darth Vader sells out and you have to go pay $500 for it.
That's true, yeah.
Until that happens to you once, I don't think anyone's that's the only language we understand.
That's how you always learn. Yeah,
it's true.
It's like Toys Wonderland. People buy from there, and then
until your figure doesn't show up, you'll keep buying.
And then it doesn't show up, and then you're like, wait a minute, this is the worst company ever.
Right.
It's true.
That's what it takes. Guys, thank you so much for your thoughts on that one. We got some other news to talk about here, and this would probably be something we don't, we can be pretty quick about. But there is a battle droid here from Attack of the Clones that I think is actually pretty cool, because I guess I have a soft spot for it, and Riley knows because we played a lot of Battlefront. Play a lot of Battlefront, and this battle droid has been a key character in Battlefront because it's mostly what you spawn as when you start playing. So it's a really, really cool figure. And this thing has actually been sold out for a really long time. It's been waitlisted, and you can't really get it unless you buy it from a Hong Kong reseller. I saw Tim Cent was selling it for like $240, $250 plus shipping. So this guy was originally like $190. So those Hong Kong resellers, they monitor the US market.
They understand.
Right? They monitor, and they see, they're like, Sideshow's sold out of this thing. I'm going to raise the price on it. That's what they do. So whether it will sell is the question.
See, this is how you get burned.
Yep.
That's how you get burned.
That's why I pre-ordered the Darth Vader. So I may be dumb, but I guess we'll see. But this is a pretty simplistic figure. I do think it fits a nice, spot on your shelf. If you like droids, you want to bring something unique, because this is a kind of unique figure. It's not just another, clone trooper that kind of blends in with the others. It is a droid, right, at the end of the day, but no arc for this character. But I will say it's pretty interesting nonetheless. Riley, what do you think about this battle droid? Is this forgettable by next week for most collectors?
Yeah, it's an interesting question. I think it's a little tough.
Like,
because, yes. Yeah, that's my final statement. Firstly, I want to say, articulation wise, I think I talked about this with Nick and the other guys. Like, it's really great, surprisingly, for such a small looking piece. When they showcased the articulation, I was really surprised. You got a double bend, you can like twist the joints. It's really cool. So that's personally what I want to say. One thing that I also want to say that I feel like is a little bit more iconic. This is the Geonosian battle droid, but the regular, I don't even know the name of it. I'm gonna lose my nerd card, but like the tan version of the battle droid. I don't know what they're called, but like
I don't either. But I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like the generic ones that like make more sense. I think that's gonna be the one that a lot of people more so want. I personally, I'm really persuading myself trying to get this, but at the same time, I do want to wait for that announcement, because I mean, it's just a repaint. There's no chance Hot Toys aren't going to do that. I mean, and it's like I said, I think more people would be invested in that certain one. So I'd say, is it forgettable by next week? Possibly. It kind of depends on like what we even talked about before with the waitlist. If this thing is on waitlist and it just doesn't ever come back to Sideshow, I could see people being like, oh shit, like I want to get this. Like, I need to pick this up, and maybe people pick it up for $20 more, $30 more, $40 more. I don't know. but I personally wouldn't want to pay more than honestly 200. I think that's my. I don't want to pay more than that. I think that's pretty steep if you pay more than that. I mean, we talked about it with Nick with R2. I mean, that's just a little droid. I know he's iconic. I get it, but he's expensive. He's like $270 or something. Like it's pretty wild.
He's more than Rex and stuff, man.
Right.
Like, that's crazy.
Exactly. I mean, I get it. He has a die coat, has a dome and all that stuff, but I don't know. I think that is pretty wild. I mean, we have Yodas who are so small and they're expensive too, but I get it. This one though, like I said, I think will be one that I'll just be like, honestly, people will be like, it's cool. We'll see some really great poses. I mean, I know there's gonna be people who have like Jeddah, other people collect like massives of them. Like they'll have clones battling against these. It's gonna look really badass. And obviously for Attack of the Clones line, it's gonna look great. And that's another reason why I might be tempted to pick this up. Pretty cool love. So we'll just have to wait and see. I'll wait if it ends up selling out and goes higher. I'm just gonna be like, okay, whatever. I missed out. I'm gonna get the generic tan one. I'll wait for that. So it is what it is.
He's in the fetal pose, Riley.
Right. He's ready.
That's what he is, bro. He's ready. Yeah. So the thing is, I was just looking at this figure and I was like, man, it looks kind of cheap. But then I was thinking, it looks cheap in the film too, because I think because the Empire was on a budget, they were ballers on a budget, and they had to build these droids and build them in mass and not use too much expense building them, right? So So I mean, that's what they kind of look like.
Palpatine, I mean, he was playing chess with himself, bro. He made 2 armies. Like, you know how expensive the clones must have been. So he was like, yeah, I mean, I'll just get the cheapest droids possible to go against each other. And like,
exactly. Yeah. That's what he did. So Nick, what do you think about it? I mean, I will say that base with the rock
base looks terrible.
It doesn't look great. But at the same time, you're paying,
$190.
It's pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. So Nick, what do you think about this?
Dude, I love this. I'm kicking myself that I didn't buy it. I gotta get one, or I'm kind of a Riley. For me, I like the tan ones, and I think they'll make one eventually. Like I don't see why they wouldn't, right?
They have them on the stap, like they teased it, but they never dropped it.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
We'll have to see.
Eventually, you will get one. Eventually,
it'll happen.
Yeah. But bro, I love battle droids, and I love them for a similar reason as you do. I love them because mostly the games. Like when I was young, I got into Star Wars mostly for the video game. So Battlefront 2, the original, and until this day, I still love the whole watch those wrist rockets and the little droids in that game all sounded so weird, stuff like that. So they just give me throwbacks. Like seeing these two together gives me throwback feelings to that, and even the new Battlefronts. And I mean, I just finished playing Jedi Survivor, and the droid, there's some battle droids in that game. And bro, it makes me love them again. So I don't know. I'm kicking myself. I didn't buy this. But I kind of want one. It looks so good. I don't think though, bro, it'll be forgotten by next week though.
Yeah,
I don't agree with that.
Well,
you don't think
the
so?
more you're showing it, honestly, the more you're talking about Nick makes me I see him next to the clone trooper, and it looked really cool.
I did see someone commented they're getting 4. Like when you have 4 of them like this, they are pretty cool.
Someone said they're getting 8. That's wild.
You got to dedicate the space for that.
Yo, I don't know, man. Like here's the thing: when you buy clones, you gotta get 2. With these guys, I think you gotta get like 4, 3.
I mean, it helps that they're cheaper too, so it's a little
right. Well, if I was gonna do that, I would probably try to find a place like Alter Ego or something where I could get them reasonable. And then if I'm gonna buy 4, I'm not paying a ton on shipping and I'm not paying tax, and so forth. So that's probably what I would have done.
This is where I don't agree with the whole sideshow going like with the waitlist kind of thing, because I'm like, for certain characters you should do that. Like if they want to do it for Darth Vader, it is what it is. He's a character you buy one time. That's fine. But they should be They should be overstocked with clones. They should be overstocked with battle droids and stormtroopers. 1000%. Everybody should be able to buy at least one. So
but the white clone is on waitlist though. So
I know, bro. I want him too.
Right, exactly.
I missed out on both because I didn't pre-order.
Come on,
This is one of those rare ones that did sell out, because I think a lot of people just it was kind of like Tusken Raider. A lot of people just slept on this. They were just like, oh, that's cool. It's a battle droid. And they were like, anyway. And they just moved on with their next figure. And that's pretty much what happened. So, and it sold out really quickly because they were, Sideshow was probably like, well, no one ordered this fucker. So we're not going to have 8 million of them. So, and now everyone wants one. So Tim Sen's like 250, baby. So
I almost wish that this didn't include the C-3PO head, because I feel like that's adding more to the price. So if they didn't have that, maybe it'd be like 160 or 150.
Yeah.
Because now you're just gonna have so many C-3PO heads if you collect a bunch of these.
Because how many people are really gonna use that? Like that's
like on the actual body, it just looks weird.
I mean, you use it for it's one of those things that's in there for photography, I guess. But like nobody on their right mind would display it like that. I think, right?
Right.
Yeah, I would.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
one thing I forgot that this figure had that I don't like is the plastic clips.
Yes.
Those see-through clips.
Yeah.
I forgot that was even
gonna
on
say,
there.
That bugged me too. I don't know if you like right there for the holster it makes sense, but
Yeah,
when it's not there,
when it's not in there, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, another thing that came to my mind, it's not, it has nothing to do with the figure. It's just a silly Star Wars thing.
Yeah.
You showed a pose of him where he was looking through his little binoculars.
Yeah.
And I was like, how did I not figure out till now? Like, he's a droid. Like, they don't have like a magnifying lens in their little droid head that like why is he
Bro, I'm telling you.
Look through a binocular.
They were on a budget. They were on a budget.
Yeah,
and apparently my nerd card has been revoked because it wasn't the Empire, it was the Separatist. So
it is a Separatist. I didn't want to correct you.
It's still though, but look, it's you know,
it's Palpatine's
Papa
army.
It's
Yeah,
Papa Palp, so like it's the Empire. So you know, it is what it is, bro. So you know, it's Papa Palp. So to me, it's always
the
gonna be the
Empire
Empire.
wasn't created yet. So you're wrong, bro.
They were to me, bro. In my heart, they were real. It's just one of those. Yeah, actually, I do get it though. I do get it. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for your thoughts on the battle droid. That does look like a cool figure overall. And we got another piece of news here from Star Wars May the 4th. We got a release. It was really interesting. You guys noticed this. So Hot Tub's like, all right, here's some releases and here's some announcements. And then like 4 hours later, they were like, and here's some more releases. And that's what they did. It was really interesting. And that Purge Trooper was actually one of them because Sideshow was sending out emails. So I'm assuming maybe they were in communication because people already seemed to know that Trooper was coming out before Hot Toys even posted anything because Sideshow was sending out emails to people saying, this Purge Trooper is about to ship. They've been doing something really interesting lately from what I've heard from people, though. They haven't been telling you ahead of time. They've just been shipping and saying, hey, we shipped it. You've been charged. Yeah, right. So they've been charging you and just shipping it real fast before you have the opportunity to cancel it, which is interesting. Supposedly that's a glitch. I don't know. That's just what people have been telling me. But anyway, as far as the Purge Trooper, Riley, same question. Just another trooper? Or is this a unique boy right here? What do you think?
It's a really tough one, personally. I think that, aesthetics wise, I don't think it's just another trooper. I think it is unique enough to where it can really look cool. That said, I think it's kind of giving me like Death Trooper vibes, and I really do like Death Troopers from Rogue One, obviously. I have a really good idea for this. For anyone who has this, I think these two behind the Moff Gideon figure would look really cool. That's a pose I just want to see someone do. So I hope like someone can do that. I think they look great. Like I've talked about, this came out really fast. Like I feel like it just got announced and it's already here in our hands. It's pretty crazy. And the fact that, Sideshow's already shipping these things out is pretty wild. I'd imagine not being too much big of a batch, but I think it's cool. Other people have talked about that they'd much prefer the Fallen Order version of the Purge Troopers, which is obviously a really cooler looking in my eyes, the helmet, but nonetheless, it's from the Kenobi show. It makes perfect sense. And yeah, I'm probably not going to pick this one up. It's not going to be one for me. I'm trying to be more like selective with just clones and main characters. So it's not going to be for me, but I can't deny it looks really badass. You have this like in an all white display. It would really pop for sure. It looks great.
And Riley, these photos are dope. So whoever this photographer is, the blogger photographer, this is a really, really nice job with the smoke, with the red lights, with the background. Really these are really good photos. It is a cool looking trooper. Nick, what do you think? I mean, I'm partial. I guess I have two kind of troopers. I have the Praetorian Guards. I have two of those from The Last Jedi. I would like to get a Death Trooper again at some point. That's probably the only trooper I would buy. I do want a Specialist, though. I had Specialist at one point, but I sold it because I knew I could get a good amount for it. And I was thinking they were going to make it again from Andor because the Death Trooper Specialist was in Andor. But then Hot Toys said, we ain't making nothing from Andor. And then nothing made. Andor himself got nothing, right? No Andor, which I think eventually they will make one, not just for season 2. I think it's kind of like even Loki TV show, right? The Loki TV show, it took forever for Loki and Sylvie to get announced. So I think they might just be behind. I think they probably are going to make an Andor and they're probably going to make a Death Trooper, but hard to say. Anyway, Nick, is this just another trooper, this Purge Trooper here?
I think it's slightly more than your average trooper. I think it's a cool looking, unique looking trooper. I am on the boat of I would have preferred Fallen Order because that's where they originate. I believe they originated from. Like that's where I first saw them at least, and then they appeared in Kenobi. So for me, I believe they were originated in Fallen Order, and I love that design a little more. But these guys look pretty sick. They like, and Riley gave me this cool idea a few weeks ago. I don't know if you just said it, but you said that it would look pretty sick behind the new Moff Gideon when they make that Moff Gideon. Like these guys will pair so well with him, even though it makes no sense. but it'll pair. It makes
It
no
would
sense.
look dope
great,
though.
though.
It would.
It works
It
perfect,
would look,
right?
yeah, it would look so sick next to Moff Gideon. So honestly, yeah, I think they look badass. The photography, as you said, was so good on this figure for the release. It looks so nice.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think it's just another trooper. I think it's a little bit more than that. I'm liking it. I like it a lot.
Yeah. It is pretty
Yeah.
cool. That's a really good point, though, Nick, about the aspect of the Moff Gideon thing, because I think this would look really cool next to the new Moff Gideon.
Yeah.
And like you guys said, they're absolutely going to make that figure. It's like I said, it's Iron Gideon. That's what it is. So they're absolutely going to make it. And that's I really like the look. I know other people didn't love it. I thought it was cool. I didn't love the season overall, but I thought the look was pretty cool. So didn't love the ending, but I won't spoil it for anyone. But it's it is what it is, but I do like that Moff Gideon look, and that is going to be announced. That's one we're going to have to discuss at some point. But this Purge Trooper, I do think this is more unique than the other troopers I have seen. I would say that this one catches my eye more than the others. So I do like it. I mean, the Praetorians are always going to be the GOAT to me. The Praetorians are just amazing, and the Death Trooper, those are my favorite. So
right,
because those are unique, like an all black trooper. Like an elite all black trooper. I think that's pretty cool. And the all red trooper with like the vibro swords, blades and stuff. Those are pretty cool. So
I've always been a fan, just the white stormtroopers, just the regular guys. And the same with the clones. I'm just always been like the base. I just like the basic troopers. And like these are like the cool, like they're the cool spin-offs, but I like the originals.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Fair.
I had a white stormtrooper, first order stormtrooper at one point, but you could not post that guy at all. Like
I heard.
Yeah, it was so tough. So you could barely even get him to hold his gun right. So it was tough. Anyway, guys, let us know your thoughts on the Purge Trooper in the comments below. We shall see. I think this is another one though. It was exciting, but people were happy to see it released, but it wasn't like an absolute like must-have or anything. So yeah, I want to ask the question though, because this is something that I found really interesting. So if you guys didn't see, I posted a poll on my channel on my community tab, right? And I asked people, and this is something I actually saw on Reddit. I saw it on the Reddit Hot Toys subreddit, right? And someone had asked, how many Hot Toys do you buy per year? And I was like, that is actually a really good question. So I was like, that's a cool, why don't I go ahead and ask people on YouTube the same exact question? So funny enough, I told Riley, I filmed an entire walk and talk for 25 minutes, got back to realize my audio was all fucked because I did not have the plug all the way plugged in because it has to be just right. So I wasted all that time. So I will re-record that video and post it for you guys. However, yeah, it does hurt, Riley, but we're going to talk about it at least a little bit today, and then I'll do a walk and talk to talk about it more. But we had 503 votes on this one. And I asked people, how many Hot Toys do you buy per year, right? So the question I kind of want to phrase here is this, right? So the way that a lot of us talk about collecting, we say, oh man, I would love to see X figure. I would love to see Y figure. Why doesn't Hot Toys make this, right? So maybe this will give us at least a little bit of insight into why that is. Because we look at this type of data here. This is, of course, not exactly representative of everyone in collecting. There are a lot of people who don't watch these live streams. A lot of people who maybe just don't like me, right? And don't watch my channel. So maybe these are not representative of all Hot Toys collectors, but at least data to work with for now, right? But if we're looking at this, we see, 63% of collectors buy 1 to 7 Hot Toys per year, every 12 months, right? And if we look at something else here, I want to share my screen. I've been tracking this year, right? So if we look at this is 25 releases thus far this year. And we're in May. We just hit the beginning of May, right? So if we extrapolate that data out, we're not even halfway through the year yet. At least 50 releases probably by the end of the year, right? So, and if we're looking at the data here, 1 to 7, 63% of people. There are some collectors, 16%, who buy 15 plus, right? But if you have around 40 to 50 releases per year, this is why the question comes in, are we realistic about which characters actually sell? Because if people are only buying this many Hot Toys, what about those extra troopers? Or what about those characters that are maybe not as important to most people? So, Riley, I want to ask you the question. Do we sometimes maybe forget about the business side of things? Because this is, and I want to hear what everyone thinks, but do we sometimes forget about that in terms of what we request people make, right? What we request Hot Toys make? Because we want them to make a lot of different things. Grief Karga, for example, really cool character. I would like to see that one. But would he make the top 7 of the year for you if you were limited to 7 figures per year, like most collectors appear to be, right? I even voted myself. I probably buy around 8 to 10 Hot Toys per year, maybe less, right? So, Riley, what do you think about this? I mean, that's tough, right? Like Yelena, is Yelena in the top 7 for you this year? So, I don't know. What do you think?
It's a really good question. I like how you brought this up. I think you are right about us kind of not being as realistic about which characters sell, and mainly like you said about us, Yelena. For me, I thought the sculpt was pretty decent. I think it was like an 8 out of 10 or like a 7.5. But like you said, is it good enough to reach that top 7 category to people? Probably not. So I think I do get what you guys are saying. Like the bar is pretty high. Like I think this is kind of showing you that the bar is even higher now for a lot of collectors, because as you can see, I mean, the data shows that people are a lot more selective nowadays. Maybe before it was 8 to 10 and 11, 15, the percentages were higher, but maybe now with the economy, people, obviously the economy is not doing as great. A lot of people have to be more selective. I mean, I myself, I'm trying to steer off of Marvel, so I totally get why people are being more selective nowadays. I think that, yeah, I think we do set the bar high for certain figures for sure, because personally, I mean, we're paying a lot of money for these things, so I totally get why, like, oh, like Yelena, yeah, it's not good enough. It's not going to reach my category. So when we speculate on these certain figures and we're like, oh, like, is Hot Toys going to do it? We also have to kind of understand, like you just said, like, is it going to reach that top 7 category? And probably not most of the time. So I'd say it's a little tough one. I'm kind of in the boat where I think I'm with you, Will. I think I'm like in 8 to 10 per year, maybe a little more. I don't really remember. I have to think of it on the top of my head. But overall, this was a really cool data to see, because when I the first thing that struck my eyes was, yeah, the 1 to 3 to 32%. Like that's really interesting to gauge, because there's just so many things on Sideshow, and maybe with Sideshow having waitlists here all of a sudden like crazy, maybe this is what it has to do with. Maybe people aren't pre-ordering as much. Maybe that's why there's lower batches coming in the future. So it's all speculation at this point. But the question being, are we realistic about which characters sell? Maybe not. I think I'd gauge on that. I'd say that there are certain figures where we really do want, but at the end of the day, is Hot Toys looking at the business aspect more than just like the people's love for the character? And I think maybe we're seeing it right now. So yeah, it's a really great question though.
Yeah. Thanks, bro, for your thoughts on that one. Like I said, it's really interesting. Yeah. I mean, and look, as much as I love Shang-Chi and Wenwu, they are not everyone's favorite characters. So they could very easily fall in that same category where they're going to fall outside of your top 7 to 10. Right. So that's probably what, and even Carnage, right? A lot of people love that Carnage, but the film was not beloved. Right. So if that's the case and Carnage costs $500 plus shipping and tax, is he going to make that top 10 for you? And that's why I say he's going to be discounted. But I guess we shall see. Nick, what do you think about this? Are we realistic about this, collectors? Because something this data I think was pretty interesting.
Yeah, no, it's interesting seeing this, because I think what Riley just said. It's interesting that people are definitely like buying less than what they used to. I feel like I know for sure I'm buying a lot less. Like when I started, I tried to buy everything I wanted. Like I was like, oh man, I'm gonna buy everything. And then like after 2020, I was like, I gotta cut down, because everything started getting more expensive. They started doing a lot more too. I felt like they started releasing a lot, like they do a lot more announcements than they do release things, which is crazy. They announce like, they've released what, 25 already, you said, right? 25 already. They probably announced what, like 40?
Yeah, it was actually pretty interesting, Nick. They've announced 25.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Okay.
Unless
That's
I've missed
good.
something. Yeah, like I'll zoom in a little bit more. But yeah,
No,
it looks around 25. Yeah.
No, it looks like you got it. Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty interesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool that you're keeping track of all that.
Yeah.
Man, but like, so I'm myself am very, picky about what I get, but I know what you mean. Like, how realistic are we with certain characters? It's almost like what we talked about today with the fifth brother, that guy, and the other sister girl, whatever her name is, I don't know. But like, how realistic is it that they would sell? Like, Are they cool looking figures? To a lot of people, there are people who definitely want them, but is it a big enough market that they should be made? Probably not. And then you get characters like Carnage, where Carnage is in, like you said, this tough spot where people want Carnage. They do. I want Carnage, but the movie wasn't popular. I didn't like the movie, but I want Carnage. So you're in this tough spot where it's like, do we make him because people don't like the movie, but people want him, so he could sell? And I don't know, man. It's always an interesting thing. It's like right now with Cal. I think a lot of people want Cal. I think, right? I want Cal. And I've been seeing people ask for Cal recently. And I think that only opened up double after they made that trooper. And, you know, how likely is it? How many people are going to buy that trooper? Probably a few. But I don't think people are going to army build him. I don't know. Am I making sense? I feel like I'm not making sense.
No, you are.
I think you are. Because Carnage is a really good example. It's a really good example, Nick, and that's why I've said, and Kiko disagrees. Yeah. Maybe it's a low batch, right? I'm willing to bet otherwise. I'm willing. I bought mine. So someone asked, I bought mine from Tim Sant Toys buying agent because I got it for less than what I would have paid from Sideshow by far. I think I paid like $525 shipped out the door for the deluxe. Sideshow would have cost me $575, $580, something like that. So I was like, all right, cool. You know, that's so. As I think you can wait for discounts if it's you know, the right figure, whatever. But I've become a little more, I guess, impatient with certain figures that I really, really want, because I'm like, okay, if I can get it for retail, I'm not going to pay over retail, but if I can get it for retail for what it is in the US, I'll probably just pick it up, right? Because look, I love waiting for discounts. I think it's great. But if I'm saving like $40 and I have to wait 6 months to a year, then I'm like, I'd rather just have the figure at that point, right? So, you know, it's great to save money. But.
Yeah, no, for sure. So, like, I'm definitely like that too. When I want something, then I'm like, I want it. I want it quick. Like, I bought the Rosario Ahsoka. I bought her from Hong Kong because I was like, I've been waiting for her for so long. I wanted it. It came out beautiful. I got it, and I mean, she broke, so I kind of lost at the end.
And when you buy from Hong Kong, you are rolling the dice a little bit.
You are rolling the dice,
right.
You're rolling the dice, but like, bro, I got a Toby on order from HK because I know I want him. Like, he's worth it for me, you know. And a thing I've been talking about recently with Riley is the Sylvester Stallone shop just announced their Rocky figure.
I saw that, and
oh my god, bro, I lost my mind. If I could day one pre-order that, I would have done it, but you know, I ordered it from the site, and I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm picky, you know. Just you know,
back to the picky thing.
I don't know. I'm a picky person. Just I buy what I like, you know. This Carnage is beautiful. His accessories look.
It's such a beautiful guys. I'm gonna predict Carnage's figure of the year. I'm gonna say it.
I think so, man.
I think it might. So. Apparently, people don't agree because Riley, I think, posted a poll in place for collecting. I think I saw Cyborg was winning for
Cyborg actually won. Yeah.
I was surprised.
32%.
Because Carlos and I had a discussion about that, and I was like, I think Carnage is gonna win. He's like, I think Cyborg's gonna win, and he was right. So I thought Carnage was gonna be more popular, but because for as much and many people love that Cyborg, I don't see a lot of people buying it.
I think the thing is with Cyborg is more so like people waited for that for so long, and I think that obviously the movie of Justice League is a lot more popular. That I think it's going to have a little more bias than a Carnage, maybe.
Yeah.
Carnage
good to see my boy Majid Faraj in the chat, by the way. That dude is King Carnage. He loves Carnage. That dude is King Carnage. I love him, bro. I love his passion for that. So keep doing your thing, Majid. If I'm pronouncing your name correctly, or not, I'm so sorry. But I'm glad you got. I think he got his Carnage finally.
Dude,
so
he did. Yeah.
So
dude, this Carnage is beautiful, man. I gotta get him, but I'm waiting. I'm waiting for you.
Good.
Mine like arriving I think next week. And I told the people I think I got Wenwu in suit, the exclusive one. I had to pick it up. Too big. I'm too big of a Shang-Chi fan to not get it.
Dude, so. I actually like the suit better than the other one.
Really? Okay.
Bro. He looks like a badass.
He does, bro. Because I told Riley I was going to recreate the scene of him killing all the gangsters with the rings and the suit. Dope. So that's I thought.
I don't know. Maybe I just like it because I thought the scene was badass where he's walking with you know. I think he was holding Shang-Chi's hand. He's just walking with his hand in his pocket like a badass. And he's just like, yeah, I'm gonna kick all your asses.
And then he comes in and literally murders everybody.
That was dope.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Like I said, I will do a walk and talk where I'm discussing this and, you know, how people decide what hot toys to buy and stuff like that. It'll be a slightly different angle, but we will talk about it. I promise I will refilm it and I will record it correctly next time. So guys, thank you so much for your thoughts on that one. Let's see. I want to ask the question. Let's see. Should a collection have themes? And the reason I bring this up is because this is something actually that was brought to me that Anthony had created. Anthony Javier. I like to call him Javier, right? So, and this is something that I think was pretty cool. And I'll bring up Riley's video as an example, right? Riley, your video is doing great, by the way. So congratulations.
Thank you, bro.
It's killing it. So I will say great video. And I will say, should collection have themes? One of the reasons I bring this up is because I started to look at this and I said, okay, I can have 65 to 70 figures in total because I have 4 module spaces, 6 165s. I can fit about 17 in a case. I have a couple bikes, so forth. Maybe I'll get a bat pod, right? But then I started to think about, okay, what's actually going to go in each case? Because it's not just 65 figures total flat. It's you have 4 cases and you kind of want a theme for each case, right? So that then made it more clear to me to say, okay, I can have about 17 Star Wars figures, 17 Marvel figures, 17 video game figures, and 17 just random stuff, right? So I built themes around it. And thanks to Carlos and Javier for that. So shout out to them. That helped me sort of organize my thoughts and organize my collection and figure out what was going to fit and what was not and what kind of themes I was going for. So Riley, you have a nice little Star Wars theme here in this case. Do you feel like that's necessary for collectors, or do you feel like, is that organization essential, or can collectors, I mean, at the end of the day, they can do whatever they want, but is their collection going to be better for having themes?
Right. It's a really great question. I'd say exactly like you said, we're not telling you guys to do exactly what you can do, whatever you want with your collection. You can have Marvel with Star Wars or whatever you want to do. But in my eyes, organization 100%. It's exactly what I want to do. Even with this display I even have here, on top of it just being Star Wars, I'm trying to kind of base off like the prequels in the middle and the Mando on the left, as you can see, and then on the right, Darth Vader, and then the corner, the back corner, we got a Rise of Skywalker, Will's favorite, Kylo Ren. But I think that this definitely needs themes. I think it's crucial to me. I mean, it even comes with Marvel as well. With Spider-Man, I have on my top shelf, I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen, I have the whole Spider-Man display, so it looks really awesome. I think that personally, it does look, when people walk into the collection room, in my eyes, I like to have like my certain IPs in certain areas. I have all my Star Wars on the bottom, I got my Marvel in the middle, and I got like all my Spideys on top. So that's kind of the way I gauge at things. I see why other people can do it differently. And not only that, it can go with statues as well. I mean, this case I have here is going to be for a 3rd scale statue. So you kind of have to prepare for that. And like you said with Carlos and Anthony, they helped me as well. And it kind of almost limits you because when I have these cases for Star Wars, I'm like, I think you're the same, Will. You don't like to have too much cluttered. And I think this amount of figures is perfect in my eyes. I don't think it looks too cluttered. I think you can see a clear representation of each character. And in that way, you kind of are able to be more selective and even save money. Because now I'm like, oh, well, I can't really just squeeze a figure in if I don't like the way it looks in the shelf. So in my eyes, I think collection, having things is 100% a thing. And try and be unique. That's what I always say. I mean, you can gauge and have inspiration from other people's collections, but basing off just your loves of the characters. I mean, obviously I've got Darkseid Anakin straight bang up in the middle because I love that figure, love the character. He's my favorites. And I also like doing other stuff in my display, like my gaming's right here in the middle of my display. That's a big part of my collecting and my just lifestyle. I love video games and stuff. So yeah, just do stuff like that. Do stuff that kind of makes sense with yourself and your collection. And you're really going to see, just sit back, just sit on your couch or your bed, your chair, and just look at your collection and be like, damn, like I love this because it's me. It's not going to be someone else. Obviously, yeah, Clone Wars. That's exactly why I have that too, because I love Clone Wars. I love Clone Troopers. So yeah, that's exactly why I have particular themes with certain like IPs. Like this case is only going to be for Clone Wars. I'm not going to have like another figure from another film, like the sequels or something in this case, because it wouldn't make sense. So yeah, it's a really great question. I really like it. And yeah, thanks for showing the video. Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Guys, go check out this video. It's awesome. It's 2K views already, less than 24 hours. Absolutely killing it, bro. Love it, man. Yeah, dude, collection tours really do well. People love seeing those. So yeah, it's really fun, bro. I'd love to see this. So Nick, I want to show you something here real quick. This is actually going to be pretty exciting. So Nick has themes.
Oh boy!
So here we go. Look at him.
And there was no mustache here. Let the record show. There was absolutely no mustache here.
Look at how young.
So yeah, there's been a lot of character development undergone here since 2022. So, but even in this shot right here, Nick has themes, right? Yes. He has Venom and Spider-Man all in their own little areas. He has Avengers. He has Spider-Man separate. Like Nick, how important are themes to you in your collection? Because I can tell even at this point, without a mustache, themes were important to you.
Yeah, the mustache changed things for sure.
It changed everything.
But I mean, bro, my setup's almost still the same. I mean, yeah, it's actually almost still the same, except I sold Iron Man. But bro, nice. Themes are very important to me. As you can see, like I have my my 2002. That's my 2002 Spider-Man shelf. I got Goblin and Human Spider over there, and then on my other side, you don't see it in that shelf, but I got my Star Wars guys, and then I have one shelf devoted for Dark Knight. So when my in-art Joker shows up, because he's finally coming.
Nice.
He's finally coming. When In-Art Joker shows up, he's going to go with Batman. and God knows what I'm gonna do with the second Joker. But you know, future Nick's problem. But dude, themes are very important to me, I feel, because they help just I feel like they enhance the display. Like if I had my clones with Vader and Palpatine, it looks kind of cool, but for me, I don't like that. Like I don't want to mix things like that. So I want to have if a character's supposed to be in a movie, a certain movie, I want him with that character from a certain movie. Do you get what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't really like I don't have Venom with Tom Holland because that doesn't make sense to me. Like I love Venom, so I'm willing to have Venom, but I'm not willing to put Venom with Tom Holland. And same thing with my Avengers. Like I love Toby, he's my favorite, you know that. I won't put Toby with the Avengers because to me it just, doesn't work. So I think themes do help keep things from being cluttered. And look at all that juicy space for in our Joker to go right next to that Batman.
Yeah.
And then my Mando shelf is looking better now because I got Chrome Mando and Armor and Boba Fett, but I want to get Bo-Katan. So it'll only enhance with little companions, which we talk about all the time. But yeah, I'm actually I gotta be honest, I'm kind of happy you brought up mine because I was thinking in my head, I was like, man, my thing's not very well organized. And then you hit me with the man. Look how
yeah, bro, it is. Look at that
like,
shit.
oh.
Give him that confidence.
See, look at that theme right there. We got the Mando theme. Come on,
that's a nice pose.
Yeah. Oh, I miss that Mando. Oh, I miss him.
Well, you sold it to Carlos. You fucked up, bro.
Yeah, no, I sold it to Carlos and he sold it to someone else. I was like, oh my
did
god,
he? Dude, that sounds like him.
I was like, damn.
He probably broke it and then sold it to someone else.
Dude, Carlos. Oh, I got a rant on Carlos because I was about to buy an Infinity Ultron from him. I was at work.
Oh, dude, yeah.
What did he do?
We're in a
Riley
group
was
chat.
pissed.
I was so mad. So I was like, so Carlos was like, he messaged me like, dude, I'm gonna sell Infinity Ultron in the groups. Do you want it? Because I was like, I've always wanted that figure. I think it's really awesome. I was like, yeah, dude. Like, I get it only for a certain price. He was like, I think he said like $375. I was like, nah, I won't do that. I was like, what about $365? Because I always got less than
oh yeah, I heard
like,
about this.
Yeah, and he was like, you know what? Fine, all right, I'll do it for sure. And I was like, okay, cool. And then I'm like working. I'm at work. I'm a server, so like I'm not checking my phone. 10 minutes passed, like 10 or 15 minutes passed, and he literally says,
"Yo, I just sold
it. I'm sorry, I just sold it in the group." I'm like, what? Why would you even list it? Why would you list it?
Whoa, wait a minute. You're giving him too much credit because I remember the text message. He didn't say, Riley, I'm sorry. He said, yo, I just sold Ultron on OSC.
Like, he didn't even apologize. And then I was like, I literally messaged him, and I was like, dude, like, that's actually so annoying. I wanted to figure it, like, bummed my whole day out. And he was just like, oh, sorry, dude.
That's actually pretty funny, though.
Carlos. Yeah, it was really funny.
Yeah, it was great.
Anyway, moral of the story, guys. Themes are good. Don't buy from Carlos. And yeah, it's
Sideshow Grogu.
No, Carlos has sold so many figures now with great success. But true. Yeah, he does sell it, from out from under you, but it's fine. So now I think you told me about it, right? I think with the way he explained it, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Riley just delayed too long, but everyone has a different side to the story.
It was like maybe 20 to 30. He said it's an hour. No chance it was an hour. It was not an hour. It was like 20 minutes. But I said I would buy it.
We're gonna have to consult the record on that one. We're gonna consult the record. But guys, let us know in the comments below whether themes are important to you or not. Want to hear everyone's thoughts on that one. That's it. We got time for one more topic, and I want to talk about discounts.
Ooh.
Is waiting for discounts dumb? Right? Because you see a lot of different thoughts on this, and I had just mentioned I like waiting for discounts. However, when it's a figure I really, really want, which nowadays I'm like you, Nick, and Riley, you too. We tend to be pretty selective, right? We tend to be pretty selective, and there's only a handful of figures that I want to get every couple months. There's ones that I'm really excited for, and if I'm that excited for the figure, I don't usually wait a ton for it. Like the second Sideshow gets it in stock, or maybe Tim Cent has it or Kit or someone has it for pretty much Sideshow price or less, I will probably jump on it. Like Shang-Chi, for example, I picked that up from Kit. He got it to me for I think less than Sideshow price. And then I got Wenwu from him, less than what I would have paid from Sideshow. Tim Cent, I bought Carnage from him from less than I would have paid from Sideshow. Wenwu and Suit, I did not have that option because it's $350 worldwide. I had to get it from somewhere. Sideshow's not going to get that figure, right? That said, Riley, is waiting for discounts dumb? Because a lot of collectors, if you really want it, is saving $40, $50, depending upon how long you have to wait. Is that worth it? What do you think? Where do you fall on this one?
It's a really good question. I'd say I'm kind of the collector where I do want to have it more sooner rather than later. I get a little bit really just do want figures sooner. But at the same time, I also don't like getting burned on figures. I know probably all of us here has gotten burned on plenty of figures by now if you've been collecting for this long. And this is also another one. I mean, this was one where so many people were like, I think they had this on order with Sideshow, and they're like, oh my God, like if they haven't invoiced me, they're taking forever. I can't do this anymore. So they cancel it and they pick it up from a Hong Kong, or they pick it up somewhere else where they can get it in their hands for sure. But now, like, talk about 1 year or a year and a half later, it's still just sitting here on discount, ready to leave the Sideshow warehouse, which is kind of sad to see for people who did pick it up. Because I actually, that's actually happened to me. I talked about this today, I think, with my buddies. So the Captain America Endgame figure, that was a figure where I think I was just starting collecting, and that's the biggest thing where people were waiting forever for that figure, and I was one of them. I was like, I can't do this anymore, man. I've been waiting forever. Endgame Cap is like such an iconic moment from Endgame franchise. Like, I need to have this with Mjolnir and everything. And I ended up buying it on eBay. Like, it was in stock on eBay for like, dude, it was like, so since I was first collecting, I was just dumb, because that was really dumb. I bought it for like 320 or like 3 something. It was crazy. But now you look at it, and that figure's like what, 200, like 220. Like, it's super cheap. Like, you can find it for crazy cheap for that figure. So
yep,
I think we're all kind of learning. Waiting for discounts may be smarter, but at the same time, like we talked about with the Sideshow waitlist and your other topic, maybe it is dumb to wait for discounts now, because if you miss out and a Darth Vader like Kenobi version, there's no chance I can miss on that. Like, I need that. It's a necessity in the collection. So I don't think that's one where I don't even care if I'd wait for, because there's certain figures where I'll pick it up knowing I'm going to lose money, but I just don't care because I love it so much. Like, it's just one of those pieces, like Spider-Man from Tobey Maguire. I'm going to day one that from Hong Kong. I'll even pay $20 more, $30. I don't really care, because yes, if it goes on 15, 20, 30%, I literally don't care, because I just love Tobey Maguire. So I'm going to do whatever I want with it. If it ends up dropping in value, it is what it is. And with other figures where it's not as much as an essential, I'll take like the risk of that. I'll take the shot of it. Like we talked about the Battle Droid, the Geonosian. I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to pre-order it. If I see it on discount, hey, I'll pick it up. If it ends up skyrocketing to $250 to $300, I missed out. That sucks. I'm not going to cry about it, because I just didn't care as much. So, but yeah, it's a really good question nonetheless. I'd say kind of hard question to answer, because we can't really gauge what the future is going to hold. But for me, if it's a figure I absolutely adore and I need to have it in my shelf, I don't mind biting the bullet on it. And if I win and it goes even higher in price because it's sold out, then I win. If it drops, then it is what it is. I'm just going to lose money, but I love the figure regardless. But it's a great question.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And dude, and this is why I think it's fun, man. And by the way, thank you, chat, so much. The chat is blowing up because someone said, Will, no more polls. And some people were like, no, Will, more polls. So I put a poll up and I said, do you like polls?
Oh my God. Perfect
yeah,
poll.
so I don't know what the vote is at right now. It's 79% yes. So the polls shall continue. The people have spoken. People have spoken. But yeah, I'm with you, Riley. So, and something we need to clarify here too. When it comes to buying earlier, say you do buy from Hong Kong, right? There is a risk with that, because if something goes wrong, then it's a lot harder to get a replacement than it is to contact Daddy Sideshow. If you contact Daddy Sideshow, so much simpler, right? You could say, okay, I have an issue with my figure. They said, okay, cool, bet, no cap. We will send you another one. We will send you another one. No problem. No printer. No printer. No, but like, for example, like with Wenwu, I had no problem. I got it from Kit. Everything was great, right? Shang-Chi, a little more unfortunate. I had a scratch on the face. Some of the rings came a little bit loose while I was reviewing it, so forth. And he was like, well, you're going to have to probably ship it all the way back and then get the replacement. And I was like, that seems like a little bit of a hassle, right? So I got to ship it all the way back to Hong Kong. So, and Kid had mentioned to me the QC on Hot Toys is like bar none. The QC on Hot Toys, he has like maybe one customer have an issue a year with Hot Toys. Like, it's so uncommon, infrequent. So mine just happened to be that one. It just happens that way sometimes. So when you're buying from Hong Kong, you got to be more careful. You got to be more careful. You got to be more cautious about that. With Sideshow, it's a lot simpler. If something goes wrong, they got your back. As far as U.S. buyers, I've heard for international customers, they're not as forgiving, but U.S. buyers, they definitely got you. So anyway, Nick, what do you think about this? Is waiting for discounts dumb when you want something?
No, I don't think so, man. That's how I live off this this hobby, man.
Yeah.
But similar to what Riley said, for characters you really, really want, you shouldn't. I don't know, man. It's you're playing a dangerous game, especially nowadays. Right. Like, you see, I almost lost with that Darth Vader, but because of WillFoxification, I now know I'm going to go pre-order him, and I will not miss out.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a win. Yeah, that's a win. But like
Well,
for
Nick,
something exactly,
you know what's going to
what?
suck though, by the way? I didn't mean to cut
Oh,
you
what
off, but
happened?
you know what's going to suck? When you pre-order that from Sideshow and then it comes out and you're going to want to buy it from Tim Cent because you're going to want it sooner.
You know,
That's
Wait,
the problem.
well, you know what? I wasn't gonna say anything, but it's been in my cart. It's been in my cart, and I didn't do anything because that literally was going through my head. Like, yo, what if I want to buy from Tim Cent instead?
I'm gonna do that
Then-
for that Vader, I think.
But then it's like, what if I get another like Ahsoka? What if he breaks somehow?
Right, exactly.
That's true.
But he doesn't have single jointed arms, so I might be
Well,
good.
another
there
thing
are-
is,
there are-
wouldn't he raise the price on it though? Sometime
He
You said
probably
Tim Cent
will.
would.
If it sells out on Sideshow, he definitely will. Yeah.
Right, so that's what I'm saying. It could be bad.
Mm.
And Vader
Oh.
might be a hot enough figure that day one, that one might be costly. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Might
Right.
be. Yeah.
True.
So I usually mostly get my figures off like some sort of discount. Like
Yeah.
very rarely will I go and buy like full price or even Hong Kong. Like every now and again, like I got my DX19 at Hong Kong. Yeah, I took an L now because there's a new one. But and like I said, you know, Ahsoka, and I got Toby on pre-order, you know, so that's of course I gotta do. But bro, I don't know. The time of discounts of everything getting discount seems like it's coming to an end. So you have to be really picky with what you're gonna wait on. It's like what Riley said. You don't want to get burned on like if you really want, let's say, you know, if they're gonna make Moff Gideon, you really want Moff Gideon, that new one that's coming out. Pre-order that Moff Gideon. Because you never know if like, you know, you really want him and then you're like, you know what, I'm gonna wait for 10% off. And he never comes back. Like,
Right.
because I've already been burned. I've already been burned by this because I wanted those plain clone troopers, and they're gone. They're not on Sideshow. Now, honestly, I'm probably just not doing my research. I get them somewhere else. But I consider I got burned because I usually just buy things from Sideshow. So, kind of sucks. But you just gotta be smart with it. That's just how I look at it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. Also, BST groups, you know, if you know who you're buying from, they're also a good option. That's also how I get most of my stuff.
Great point.
BST
Yeah.
groups, yeah.
True.
Great
Find some
option.
steals on there for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, you find some steals. Like our buddy Anthony Javier just put up some figures. Go buy from him.
Hey,
I think he just put up, what was it? He put up some sort of Iron Man for like
Truro. Did he put the
a
Truros
Mark
behind
40,
it?
a Mark 46 for $230.
Damn.
That's a
The,
deal.
the original
Right.
Mark 46. That's still a good deal. Yeah.
Is it?
And you know,
Oh,
I
actually
was
don't
gonna
know.
say, Jose, he made a really good point in the comments. He got his Carnage first batch from Sideshow, and he got it faster than Justin because the Sideshow have been pretty crazy with you can get it quicker than like Hong Kong at
With
points.
some, yeah. And you know
Wow,
what's
yeah.
interesting, Riley? They must have got such a small batch of Carnage. Jose got his because he dopoed, I think. So like
right.
they are. I do like that they're rewarding that. I do like that because
Same.
like to give us a reason to pre-order. If I'm gonna get something day one, if I dopo, I'm gonna dopo. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And,
But
and
if
it
it's
always
not-
bugged me like when Hong Kong when they'd get it because obviously
Yeah.
they're gonna get it first, but Sideshow has to wait like that 3-month gap. But I think with the trooper, the 20th trooper, I got the white clone. It came like as soon as it released with the bloggers. Like I got it the first.
Well,
week.
Carnage is
Yeah.
still on PO on Sideshow. So like they
Right.
shipped out a
Yeah.
small batch to people who pre-ordered early, I think, and then you know everything else is still you know pre-order.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Optical had showed me, by the way, and that's why I was looking for it, but it looks like someone bought it. There was a Carnage that appeared on Sideshow Seconds on Sideshow.
Oh,
And
really?
it wasn't the deluxe
Damn.
though. It was the standard.
Oh,
But
okay.
it was 15% off already, and someone bought it already. So
Wow.
That's
yeah,
good.
so
yeah.
you know, I'm glad someone got one. But yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it's you know, so be on the lookout for deals like that. Those are gonna pop up.
Like-
you know,
So yeah, I mean, like, here's the thing. I really want Carnage, but I'm gonna wait for a deal on him. Like, I
Yeah.
got Venom at full price because that was the point where I didn't pre-order him and he sold out. Remember that? Like, he sold out for a while, and then we were all like, "Oh, damn, he's
Yeah.
gone."
Right.
Then they put him back up randomly, like one day. And and luckily I was quick enough that I ordered him, and now I have Venom.
Yeah.
And I kind of don't want to make that mistake with Carnage because I do want him, but I'm gonna play my cards. I'm gonna try and wait for some sort of discount. I might be making a mistake. I'm gonna wait. Which, by the way, Riley remembers this. Sideshow almost screwed me on Carnage. You remember that? Yeah. Like
what happened?
2 weeks ago. So 2 weeks ago, I don't know what I think I have the Force or something, bro. Like I was just you know mind my own business, sitting here on my computer, and I was like, when does Peacemaker come out? I was like, and I was like, you know what? Let me go to my Sideshow orders and see when Peacemaker's coming out because I have him on pre-order. And as I'm scrolling through my pre-orders, I passed by Carnage, who I canceled. I canceled Carnage, and I passed by Carnage, preparing to ship. And I was
Oh
like,
my god!
Wait, I was like, wait, what? I was
I
like,
got the
preparing
funds
to
for
ship.
that.
And then I went to my email and I had no email saying like Carnage is coming or Carnage is shipping or anything. I looked at my bank account and they ripped out $590 from my bank account. And I was like, dude, I was like, what? So luckily I talked to this little sideshow robot, and I'm not joking. Robots are getting so smart. The robot put me on hold. Put me on hold.
Damn,
that's ChatGPT, bro.
Dude, that robot was like, how can I help you? And I was like, I need to cancel an order. And no joke, it responded with, give me a moment, please. And I was like, and it literally like didn't answer me for like 5 minutes. And then it was like, okay, what can I help you with? You're a robot. You're a robot, bro. What are you doing? You're on your lunch break?
Skynet's not coming anytime soon. Yeah,
apparently.
But luckily the robot canceled it before they shipped it out. So I got really lucky.
Maybe it is.
Bro, because I told Carlos, I was like, here's the thing, bro. I don't want to pay full price for Carnage, but if it comes to my house, I'm going to open it. I'm going to play with it. And I'm going to keep it.
Sometimes those companies know that, Nick, because when I bought you guys may have seen that RGB light that I got for my reviews. Yeah. Carlos had recommended it to me, and I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. So I was like, and then I ordered it, and I was like, I'm just going to cancel it. I don't really need it for now. It was like $200. So I was like, I'm going to cancel it, right? And then they shipped it to me, and they were like, well, it's too late to cancel because I was like, I ordered it an hour ago, and like, we can't cancel it. And they were like, nah, it's already on it's like at your door, basically. And I was like, nah. So then I got it, and Carlos was like, well, you might as well unbox it now. So I unboxed it, and I was like, this is pretty dope, though. And then, so I just kept it. I kept it. Amazon knew what they were doing. So
that's good.
Yeah. Nice, so, guys, thank you so much for your thoughts on that one. Glad we were able to talk about discounts. Guys, we are going to wrap it there. It's 7 o'clock, 7:02. So I want to say thank you to this amazing Avengers level panel for joining me on this fine evening. Riley, is there anything you want to talk about coming up on the Rileyreviews channel, Instagram, all that good stuff?
Yes, totally, man. Well, firstly, I want to thank you for having me on. It was a really fun show. We had a lot of cool topics. I had a lot of fun today, so thank you for the invite. So on my channel, got some big things actually this week. I announced it a couple days ago. We're actually doing something called May 4th Madness. So this whole week of all my streams, all revenue, super chats, super stickers, membership redemptions after YouTube cuts are actually going to go to a charity for clean water for rural areas. So make sure you guys check out my channel. I'm going to be doing a live stream. I was thinking of doing maybe a Jedi Survivor playthrough tonight. Might happen. Might do that. Maybe tomorrow we're going to do unboxings. I actually am going to unbox the DX11 Joker, a brand new one. Don't ask me how I got it because I'm going to explain it, but just stay tuned for that live stream and unboxing because it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm going to compare it with the in-art version. So I think it'll be really fun. I'm going to use the accessories with it. It's going to be cool. So make sure to check out my channel. I also did the May 4th collection tour, the Star Wars one you did show. So thank you for that. You can check that out. I posted it on May 4th because I think that was the best day to do it. We are also 29 subscribers off 2,000 subs. So if you guys can check out my channel, we're about to hit a major milestone.
2K, baby.
Yes. Thank you guys. So yeah, we're gonna get that anytime soon. If we can get it maybe this week, that'd be crazy. But again, thank you for the invite. It was a lot of fun. You can check out my TikTok, Instagram, posting reels, YouTube shorts, all that fun stuff. But yeah, thank you for the invite. Well, it was a lot of fun, and having the other my boy here, Nick, or Nick, sorry, not Nick.
Nick is evil.
Was a lot of fun.
You never know which one it is, but
exactly.
See,
oh my
there
God. There he is.
It's just Nick's alter ego. That's all it is.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
It is, bro. It's his thing. But Riley, thank you so much for joining, bro. Happy to have you, man. Like I said, channel is absolutely killing it. Some great content over there. Guys, check out Rileyreviews. A lot of great stuff over there. And Star Wars Celebration Week. It's going to be pretty cool. Yes. We didn't really get anything for Revenge of the 5th today. I thought maybe we might, but I don't know.
Nope.
It's kind of like Cyber Monday, but we didn't get anything. So because it's Black Friday and Cyber Monday, and then there's May the 4th, and then there's
Sideshow blew up yesterday, right? Because all those deals.
Well, because dude, they posted Han Stormtrooper. And they posted Jim.
Dude, I almost bought it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It was in your cart, right?
It literally like destroyed the website. Because I was trying to log. I didn't even know that was happening, and I was trying to log into Sideshow, and I was like, "Why can't I get on Sideshow?"
Dude, I had it in my cart, and same with they had a Target and Vader 2-pack. Had it in my cart, didn't work.
Where do they find these, bro? They just like find. It's like, oh yeah, that's in the warehouse, and they put it up. Like,
bro, they have the janitor sweeping, and then he's like, what the hell is this? And
yeah, the janitor's like,
God.
Is
There's
that a Tarkin
2-pack in the air vent? What the hell?
Yeah. That is a Tarkin 2-pack in the air vent. Dude, that's got to be what happened. There's no other explanation.
The air vent.
Yeah.
No other logic. Nick, thank you so much for joining, bro. What's coming up on the channel, man?
Man, thanks for having me. It's been a while, I feel like, since I streamed. And
man.
this is the first time I think I'm on your Friday show because I
Yeah,
never have
'cause
time.
you were on the
I-
Prime
I'm
One
always
show.
working.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm always
Yeah.
working, so I never get to make it to these. But
yeah, man.
yeah, it was fun. You had great topics, so that was
Thanks,
cool. Content wise, In Our Joker is finally coming.
Yes.
So I'm gonna have some photos coming soon.
We gotta
ladies and
do. We gotta
gentlemen.
do a live unboxing, bro. Let's do it.
No.
I'm down.
Yeah,
What?
if you break something though, if you break
That's
something.
true.
All right, fine,
Hey,
maybe.
your live
Maybe.
Maybe.
We'll
All right,
see.
maybe. But we have that coming, so expect that. And look, at the end of the month, get ready because another episode of 1-6 Wrestling coming your way. We'll have more
Hey.
details coming soon, but hopefully Will can win something this time because Will was too busy getting hit over the head with a steel chair.
Oh,
for
Bro,
was-
Riley
I
fucked
was
me up,
taking
bro.
him out.
Riley fucked up my life. man.
Riley was out for blood, bro. He was
I was
just
too
like, on the
focused
Yeah.
on him, dude.
He was. Riley was just like smashing my head with that chair, man. It was fucked up.
and
It was
hopefully,
fucked
you
up.
know, Niche doesn't show up and ruin everything again. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
settled the
All right,
beef.
well-
It was a great event, bro. It was a great event.
It really
I-
was.
I will listen. I'm glad people like them, and anybody in the chat who hasn't seen them, you know, go take a look. I have the newest one on my channel. You know, a lot of work goes into them. It
Yeah.
took a lot of time to do them, so I hope you guys like them. They're meant to just be stupid and entertain you guys. You know, it's
Yeah.
just a nice break from the typical stuff we do.
Dude,
Right.
I love them. Dude,
Awesome.
I think it's must see TV, so to speak. It's must see. It's must see live.
Yes.
Live entertainment. I always tune in for. I usually watch them on my TV. So like, I'll stream it to my TV.
Bro,
and
you
watch
gotta
it there.
watch it on your TV, the most authentic experience.
Yeah, you need the authentic theater
True.
experience, bro. It's 100%, 100%. So, but yeah, man, happy to have you, Nick. And like I said, guys, go check out Nick Instagram and YouTube. But that 1-6 Wrestling, bro, it's a great idea. Seriously, it's really, really awesome. It's just so unique and clever
So
and
fun.
different. Like it's no one else is doing anything like that. So
Yeah.
it's very inspiring. So I think it's great, bro. So anyway, guys, thank you so much. There will be another walk and talk. I will re-record it. So
Yes.
thank you guys. I fucked that one up and it was going to be a good one, but I will re-record it and we'll do it again. So anyway, guys, Ren's, by the way, asking the question, 1-6 Wrestling better than Last of Us? No, not that good, but it's still fun.
It's better. It's more entertaining.
It's debatable.
More entertaining.
More entertaining. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining. There'll be more content on this channel. I just put out a Mandalorian costume review. X-Cozer sent me that, so check that out. Other splendid stuff.
I gotta
Yeah.
see that.
I didn't even see that. I mean,
Yeah,
No.
I didn't love it, but you know, it's,
Oh,
damn.
damn
it's
it.
Well, all
you know,
right.
it was unfortunate. They were super nice to me in the end, but you know, they sent it to me, and I was just kind of like, I'm not really feeling it.
You're
But
looking to cosplay Mando?
I was at one point. No, they emailed me. They emailed me and they were like,
Oh,
hey, like
okay.
we
They
would,
reached
I don't know
out
how
to
they
you.
found me. They just found me and they were like, we would love you for to review this
Oh.
costume. Cause I've done other helmets and stuff reviews and costumes. So
yeah.
they might have found those. Maybe,
Probably.
I don't know,
Right.
but,
Mhm.
it was pretty cool. So I'm glad we were able to do that. So anyway, guys, check out the content on these guys' channels and my own. Thank you so much for joining. And let me know seriously, if you guys don't like the polls, I won't do them. But if you
Nah,
do,
keep
then I
them
will.
up. We
So
love
yeah, you know, but I think people generally like them. So
Yeah.
anyway, guys, we're gonna end it there. Peace out. Bye. Have a good rest of your
Bye.
weekend.